You will tip me $40 right now if I properly address Ashton berating my wife again. All right, you ready? He should never have her name in his mouth, and I've spoken with him about it. And if he continues to bring her up, I will no longer work with him. My wife has nothing to do with him or his content, and I swear to God, if he brings her up again in a negative way in his content, I will cut ties with that man.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, you called somebody fat. Cat's fat.
Thanks for the money, dummies.
Band.
The camera's been on the whole time. Bounce. I'm actually a virgin. See this fucking piece of garbage disc? Thanks for the money, stupid fuck. Good morning, everyone. On today's show, I would love to talk about some awesome positive stuff coming up, including our idea for the next DSP Tries It, the idea for the next Lego set build. But that's not what we're doing today. Sadly, today, we have to take a different course. Today on
I also have to take a different course as well. Hello to everyone out there in the Snortex. I'm keeping my eye on Philifer. His stream actually isn't due to start for about another 15 or 20 minutes. So this is the day DSP Gaming died summarized. A lot of the breakup with Kino Casino. This is from Dick Stroking Phil Vlogs. So big ups to them. I just figured that we would speculate, of course, about what's going to happen today with good old Rich from Review Tech making an appearance, apparently, on the Level 1 podcast. We'll see how this goes. Like I say, in the meantime, we'll just kind of have this run for shits and giggles. We'll see what's happening. Like I say, his stream actually isn't set to even start until 2:15, and who knows if he'll even be on time for that. And the stream might start and he might not be there for, 45 minutes or like who the fuck knows anymore.
On the show, we've got to address drama because, yes, there is a big thing going on. And, of course, I have to bring it up because I really like drama. So we got to do it. All right? If you're not into drama, if you don't care, then I actually highly recommend that you can go fuck yourself. Officially, as of today, I am going to be doing Smart Guys solo starting tonight on the late stream. What are you talking about? Smart Guys is a co-op commentary show about pro wrestling with you and PPP from Kino Casino. Why would the show's format change all of a sudden right in the middle of everything? Well, it's very simple. PPP on his show Kino Casino has increasingly started up with rhetoric that's pretty toxic, negative, and insulting towards myself and my family.
You're leaning towards Review Tech calling in sick. He might decide all of a sudden that he's just gonna, bail out. We will have to see. I am quite curious about like what this is even all about. So it's hard to say. Review Tech is a tool, but he's way better at anything than Phil is if sober. You're hoping I can make this bearable. We will. I'm certainly hoping we can get through this together. We've gotten through Legos together. We've gotten through him stuffing that fucking hole in his face together. We can all get through anything together.
I'm his gaming soulmate, right?
Okay, Phil's gay. He was gay for Andy Worski. He goes like, "Let me see your shredded body."
No, that's weird. That's uncomfortable. That's awkward.
He wanted to feel your shredded body, bud.
Oh.
Definitely the rhetoric has kicked up, and in particular where PPP starts bringing up my wife, and it really was upsetting me.
But I have a right to call her a big fat fuck because I am one.
For those who don't know, my wife Kat has showed up in my content less than 10 times, and
He looks like so perpetually miserable. I don't understand. Like, you realize you're on camera, right? Like, I can sit here with a sour face if I want to because I'm not on camera, but it's like, for God's sake.
everyone made fun of her for her looks.
Oh, there we go. That's a good one right there.
It really got to her. And because of that, Kat started to experience some health problems. Her health took a turn for the worse. Now, over the course of the year, the good news is we just got divorced. That's why she disappeared from my content and hasn't come back. So, after weeks of PPP escalating this rhetoric on his show, this toxic stuff about me for literally no reason. I don't care what you say about me.
Of course, nobody ever has a reason why they're fucking picking on this dude, of course. VLX, thanks for the 2, honey. Buck Break Mountain has been canceled. Sad. Oh, is it not a thing?
My family members
or are you just
say
teasing?
I don't give a shit. I really don't. But when you start bringing up me, I'm not going to stand for that kind of behavior. All I care about is myself. I've spoken with him about this many times. And every time I say, this has to stop, he apologizes, and then some time will pass, and then he does it again. What are you doing? We had the conversation already. You apologized for it. Why are you doing it again? He won't stop. He's been doing it nonstop, like 2 shows in a row. He basically feels like he just has free reign to say or do whatever he wants because, I...
Be careful, he's married? Who, Philipper? Yeah. I don't want his raggedy ass. So what if he's married? That's okay. He can be married. My condolences to her. If I have her address, I'll send her a gift basket and just my sincerest apologies.
Yes, free speech or whatever it is. No, I'm not going to let a man just publicly bring my family into his content because he thinks it's funny. No, I can't stop him from doing it. I can't. But what I can do is refuse to make content with him. And that's why I'm not going to be doing a show with this guy who is going to be constantly...
I love how he just came in here and acted all big and bad. He blew it. He had one more chance. He blew it. And I decided that, well, I'm not going to work with someone like that. I cut off Kino Casino.
Bringing up my wife in a toxic, negative manner and insulting her in his content. So tonight, I will be solo streaming.
A gift basket of Corky's barbecue, a basket of brisket, if you will. Haha, I'm the only one who thinks I'm funny.
If people show up and support, I will continue to do the show. Now, if tonight I do the show solo and it's a disaster and no one supports, I'll just cancel it. I'm not going to continue to do a show no one wants. So hopefully you guys will still show up for the show tonight, despite the fact that PPP will not be on it. Now, I do want to clarify a whole lot of stuff to everyone. All right? First of all, right now...
Yeah, apparently now He's got a cat. There was a bunny. Apparently he's got is it a bearded dragon? He's got a bearded dragon. Something about a chipmunk?
PPP.
He's got all kinds of fucking animals now.
Is sitting on his Twitter very hurriedly and scaredly tweeting. The guy's terrified about what I'm going to say. He's just going crazy on there. All toxic stuff. I don't care. I don't know what his problem is. And here's why I feel it's gone this way. When I reached out to Kino...
He can't stop the unrelenting mass of the Triple P. Nope.
Casino, and then they responded, and we did that initial content. That was something that had never been done before. It went crazy how popular it went. People loved it and said, more, Phil, more, give us more.
Have you noticed when he hyper taps? Oh, like you mean like when his leg bounces or whatever? It's because he's always just... I think he's just like itching for Hogan poles and Jen. Like he's been doing this for a long time. Yeah, there's a snake. There's a bearded dragon. Phil made sure to get Max mods for his Lolcows show. He'll never get it. Yeah, apparently he's got all kinds of shit in that house. And then there was somebody on Twitter who said something to Triple P. I had the screenshot, and of course I'm too inept. I had the screenshot of the person who asked Triple P, did DSP did he ever admit to you that he still has the Down from the Rafters, that he is and still has the Down from the Rafters WWE Champions account? And Triple P was like, yeah, he admitted that, he never sold the shit, which I thought would make me feel a lot better. But I think because I knew it really didn't. But Friday night is going to be crazy. I'm going to stream it if you want to come and hang out, and we can watch it together.
More of this kind of content. Then they...
Is it bad timing to say I'm making carnitas this weekend? It's not bad timing if you have enough to share with everybody. Yeah, the alcoholism, I think that kind of, like you say, ugly, bad skin and everything, the shakes. I think it's like when someone's just like they're fiending. I don't know how else to really say it. Like they need a hit of whatever it is. If it's food or sex or shopping or porn or like whatever the fuck it is they're addicted to, like they need it. I also think he's extremely nervous when he is streaming. Think about all the fucked up, lies that he's told and the stories that he's told, and you got to keep everything straight. And then imagine looking like being a streamer and looking at, he's got 2 chats running now. He's just getting shit on and destroyed and just getting his fucking shit kicked in and, all that kind of stuff. Like that would, I think, bother, anybody. So I think he's very nervous. I think he needs a hit of whatever all he's, addicted to.
They went on vacation for a month, and I do feel like that sadly stifled that momentum that we initially had.
But admitting or finding out, maybe not admitting because he didn't admit anything, but finding out that he had all those animals, that does actually answer some questions. I don't know if a lot of people had those questions, but PetSmart every week, for one cat, and those big PetSmart bills every week, for one cat. And I know some people, not myself, but I know other folks even, speculated, like, well, what the hell do you got going on in there? You got like a barn in the dining room. What the fuck is going on in there? Every week, got to go to the pet store. And the bank leaks, showed all the, bills. And are these the errands now? Do you have to take these fucking things to the vet, or do you have to, get a medicine? When you talk about you have a crazy busy day, does it entail, all of these animals? It is interesting to get maybe not, answers to questions that like a lot of people were looking for necessarily. Apparently some other animals were leaked. A snake. Well, the rabbit passed away. There was a rabbit that passed away. Of course, there's Jasper. And then something about a bearded dragon, a snake, a chipmunk, and something else, and it's escaping me. So it does, it does kind of, like I say, put some things into perspective.
If they hadn't gone on a vacation.
Can you imagine the smell? Even if they didn't have the animals, I mean, now it kind of smells like depression and old food and animals. But if you took the animals out of the equation, it would still smell like old food, depression, and fucking stale farts. I mean,
I think that momentum would have continued.
It smells like a sexless relationship to me.
That's their fault. This year, discussions began about more content for me to be involved in, crossover content with the casino and stuff like that. And we definitely tossed around a lot of different ideas. But most of them, sadly, have to do with pure drama. I feel there's 3 routes I can take forward as a content creator. Road number 1 is be a complete shill sellout. Take every sponsorship.
Cat pulls the wagons when they go to the pet store as Phil can't drive. She takes the car to work, though, so I kind of feel like maybe he does make her fucking drive him around. That would make sense to me. I heard chipmunk. I don't know if maybe I was like fucked up and maybe didn't hear it right, but I swear to God, I heard chipmunk. Maybe I wasn't correct. But yeah, since he doesn't have a valid driver's license, I almost guarantee that he just let the shit expire and just didn't fucking bother to go get it, it renewed.
Opportunity.
You are not too late for the Lolcow Rumble. Baby boy has not even gone live yet. Probably here in about 5 or 10 minutes, but he'll go live then. We don't even know when he'll, decide to make an appearance. I have seen the clip of Cat kissing him and he turns to the camera like, yeah, bitches, like he's got something going on or something. So, Double Agent, thanks for the 2. Phil did have 2 hamsters a long time ago with Pandaree. Wasn't it Cinnamon and Raisin or something like that? They had 2 hamsters. I believe Chipmunk more than Snake. They don't strike me as people who would like, snakes and reptiles and amphibians and stuff like that. But I mean, who knows? Duty says he got the pets as a way to keep her from doing things. I think that kind of satisfies her, like, hey, I'm not having any kids, but like, here's some animals to take care of because like we're not having kids. That, these are the people where like my animals are my kids, which I'm not knocking those people, but pets and kids are very, very different things. And I think it's hard for people who don't have kids to realize that pets aren't kids, but I digress, whatever. But I think that's what he's trying to like gaslight her into. Like, oh, we have animal children. You know, you take care of those and you know that's okay. So no wonder she works. I mean, imagine having to take care of, you know, several animals and then, you know, this fucking guy. Now I'm starting to wonder, does she only work part-time because she doesn't have time to do anything else? Because yes, they might be, you know, smallish animals or, you know, whatever. And cats, to be fair, they're fairly low maintenance, you know, as long as everything's good and they're healthy. But I don't know. It's very, very weird. It's very bizarre. The Fat Man 69. Nice. Thank you for the $5 super chat. He has to take care of all 46 of his pets before the show. Gotta feed the blockade to keep the cat horse creature in check. Diabolical. And I think he makes her do a lot of that stuff. So imagine taking care of this asshole, taking care of the house, the laundry, taking care of these animals, and then you're trying to work, even if you're only working part-time. You know, she is overweight. It is harder to do things when, you know, you're carrying around extra weight. I'm not here to knock her or make fat jokes because I'm sorry, fat jokes are, you know, fucking pathetic. But, you know, it makes it harder to do things. Maybe she does have other, you know, health issues or mental health issues or whatever. But imagine basically being imagine Kat is essentially a married single mother because this is her child. Because on a good day, he's like 14 years old. So she tries to go to work. She tries to keep the house together. She tries to keep everything going. And I don't know. It sounds really, really sad. It just sounds really sad. But I think the animals is how he maybe kind of gaslit her into being okay with not having kids. Because he said, oh, we made the decision we don't want to have kids. We don't know that. This asshole made the decision he didn't want to have kids. I mean, he's selfish as fuck, you know? I think he just kind of allows her, you know, the animals, like, here you go, something to take care of. Here, fuck off. Here you go. Here's a little reptile in a cage. Here, leave me alone. Here's a hamster. Fuck off.
Did he kiss every game's butt, say everything is good, give you referral links, ads out the ass, be
Looking after all those animals plus an alien is a lot of work, right?
a complete shill. And I would definitely make bank doing that.
High school sophomore, which would make you about, what, 16, 17? Yeah, at the absolute fucking best. On his best day, he's a fairly well-behaved 16-year-old boy. On the bestest fucking day.
Number 2 is to be a complete drama queen asshole. Attack everyone on the internet, cause tons and tons of crap for everyone. It would be absolutely crazy. Everyone would be talking about it. And then there's option number 3, which is the option that I've really been trying hard to work and maintain, is to just be me. Ask for contributions every single stream, because that's the only way that I'm going to hit goals and be successful, okay? PPP absolutely thinks the best course of action is the drama route. PPP wanted to get me heavily involved in all kinds of drama and stuff.
That's why you reached out to them asking to do drama content. I just want to make sure that we are crystal clear on that. That's why you reached out to them wanting to shit on Review Tech, who's going to be on your show today from what I understand. But just want to make sure we're good.
I kind of turned it down, left, right, up,
There was a lot of undiagnosed autism in the 80s and 90s. Yeah, there's still a lot of undiagnosed narcissism in the 2020s too.
down in every direction. No. If I go all the way into the drama, I can't go back. Like if I 100% become a drama creator, there's no way that I could continue to also be the chill gamer. I couldn't do it. And
You don't want to. What is with this fucking hill that he's willing to die on where he doesn't? It's like he wants to let go of the gaming, but then he can't let go of the gaming. What?
quite frankly, to be transparent with everyone here, many of my longtime viewers reached out to me and said, Phil,
Who? All both of them? What the fuck are you talking about? The Fat Man 69. Nice. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I figured it out. Phil has a zoo in his house to help Kat feel more at home. I'm convinced Kat is a horse-human hybrid that Phil has domesticated. Oh my gosh. Thank you for the $5, honey.
we just don't like
I shouldn't laugh because that's very mean and it's very juvenile and I'm grown, but that's really funny. And it's so that she doesn't have like fucking what am I trying to say? Like empty womb, fucking not empty nest, because that's when you have kids but they leave. It's like so that she doesn't feel like empty. Sometimes I'm a woman, okay? Clearly, I guess maybe. I'm 40. I don't have children, okay? Some women are upset when they reach like maybe mid to late 30s, 40s and beyond. I think some of them get upset that they don't have children, or medically they like can't have children, or, you know, something like that. So I kind of feel like maybe these animals were like, here's something for you to do that's like not kids. So like, I don't have to deal with it. Here, fuck off and leave me alone. I could be totally fucking way off base, but as a woman, not all that much older than Kat, who doesn't have children, I can kind of see it. Correct. Some women don't want kids. I would be one of them. It's why I don't have children, but you know.
You going?
You have no viewers. You have no fans.
But he made the decision he didn't want kids because, I mean, like, look at what a selfish fucking piece of shit he is. I'm not entirely sure she made that decision. And hey, maybe she did. I've never spoken to her. I don't know. But I do know, as a woman who never really wanted kids and doesn't have any kids, I am aware that I am vastly in the minority of women who don't want to have children. I'm not saying there's none of them, because I exist, but most women want to have children.
Nobody.
Not very many narcissists like Phil want to have kids.
Likes you. In fact, everybody hates you.
And now I'm going to be honest with everyone. This is something that I've told no one, actually. I've had private conversations with Kat, my wife, about it. You're going to go to the internet and you're going to do drama content? What? Don't you have enough going on in your real life that you're dealing with, that you're juggling, that you don't need to be also manufacturing this fucking drama on the internet just to make a paycheck? Drama in real life, drama on the internet, drama everywhere I turn. You got to have a break from it at some point. If we go the drama route, I'll be stuck there forever. Once you put on the clown makeup, you can't ever take it off again.
Well, you should have thought about that a long time ago. I'm glad he doesn't have children. The entire world is happy that he doesn't have children. Mid-30s here, recently decided not to have kids after fertility and miscarriage. Oh, Kaylee, I'm sorry, honey. I see my pet as my kid, no shame in it. That's true. There is no shame in it. I'm in my 40s and a woman, I don't want kids, same boat. Well, damn. I'm over here being like, oh, it's a minority. There are some people who may prove me wrong.
Can't just be doing this over-the-top level of drama constantly. It's not going to work. I really like...
The sad thing about it is that we know that these two people can, like... What's really sad, we know these two can, like, barely fucking take care of themselves. And now there's animals up in here. That's kind of sad. You know, the cat can't get the blood work. The cat fucking had a UTI. You know, that fucking litter box is overflowing and everything like that. So it's like, if this is how the cat is being taken care of, fuck, you mean there's other things in here? They're probably all trying to fucking, you know, they're probably trying to escape or something. Male in my 40s, always wanted kids, didn't work out. Oh,
making this crap show.
What if Kat can't have kids? And she may not, you know, be able to. And I know also a lot of women who, again, in their mid to late 30s, make the decision. Pregnancy and everything after 40 for women, it's obviously it's more difficult. You're going to be nearly a senior citizen when your kid's out of high school. Some people don't necessarily want that. There's also, I think, like a higher probability of like things like Down syndrome and complications for both the mom and the baby. But I kind of feel, knowing this guy the way I know him, which I've never spoken to the fucking asshole, so I don't know. But I kind of feel like he talked her out of kids. Oh, that's not a good idea. They're noisy. They're messy. They're expensive. Here, we'll just get a cat. Here, that will fulfill you. Here, that'll make you, whatever.
I think this is crap. I really do. And so I think what's happened is over the last several months, since basically none of the ideas that PPP came up with I would really roll with, his opinion towards me has definitely soured, and he's very frustrated, he's upset. Now he feels really the only way to move forward is to try to do something drastic. All of a sudden, he's still bringing up my wife every stream. Why would he do that all of a sudden out of nowhere? He wanted me to come out today and just explode, but I'm not doing that. I'm just not going to allow the guy to just say and do whatever he wants and think that he has free reign to disrespect my family just because I want to have him as part of Smart Guys. So that's why I made the decision. You've got to put your foot down.
So he has gone live. I'm watching on Raw Phil, but his little slideshow of patheticness is up. And so we're just going to hang out over here and speculate and talk or, you know, whatever.
You've got to have some kind of self-respect. It's that simple. I don't have to put up with that behavior and still have him as a part of my content. Therefore, Smart Guys will be solo movies.
Did he even say why he was fucking having Review Tech on? I don't even feel like we got an actual, explanation.
Moving forward, there you go, all right? So I have absolutely no idea if I'll ever speak with these guys again or not. I mean, in my opinion, that's just bad business. Smart Guys was blowing up and making thousands of dollars a show, so why burn that bridge? I don't understand it. He's the one ending it, not me. It's through...
Likelihood of Phil and Review Tech blowing each other? Well, hopefully not. I don't think that'll go over very well. That's for the hub, not for YouTube. Metaphorically blowing each other, perhaps. We'll see. Gotta own the Keno Casino. This is sad. This is just sad. He really thinks he's got the upper hand against Aston Porks. He thinks he's got the upper hand, eh? Interesting. Well, we're gonna find out who really has the upper hand on Friday night.
Through his actions. He's the one saying the toxic stuff. He's the one bringing up my wife. I've got better things to do than to get into an internet blood sport with PPP over nonsense. He wants to come on Smart Guys tonight to hash it out. No, we're not going to do...
I don't think he wanted to do that at all. I think he was glad to be done with you. I've been watching a lot of the old, Keno Casino clips over the last, week or so. And, I mean, over and over and over, this dude is needy. This dude is annoying. You know, this guy is so toxic and negative.
Do that. I don't want to do the drama content. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Are you ready? Gee, do you think I want to do...
Toxicity heard about you through Review Tech. Oh, cool. I know he watched one of my videos once. And, I don't know, I think I gave him a chuckle. So that was pretty cool. I refuse to give DSP's channel a view. I'm not even giving DSP's channel a view. If you want a no commentary version, you can head over to Raw Phil, but I appreciate you being here.
Drama content? No, I don't want to do the drama content. So there you go. And that's it. I don't really have much else to say. Obviously, I would hope this doesn't mean that now we're going to see an exodus of pay pigs. He very well might go on the casino tomorrow, and the entire show is just going over this podcast, felting me.
Why would they not? Don't you understand? Christ, you are such a plump little fucking lolcow. Don't you realize everybody can fucking get a piece of your pie? For God's sake. VLX, thanks for the 5, honey. Show idea, Review Tech and Phil make separate grinder profiles and compete for a week to see how many matches they can get. Oh my goodness. Well, I have no idea. Here's the thing. You have to actually... I don't know. Phil just wouldn't even fucking try.
And if that's it, so be it.
A few moments later.
Greetings and salutations, friends, and welcome to our pig roast. But tonight is really going to be a pig roast crucifixion. So let's bring in Triple P. Welcome. Thank you very much.
Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we need to talk about...
This was so unbelievably delicious.
A dirty...
Don't mind the commentary, might make it better. Well, hey, again, I appreciate you hanging out.
Filthy, begging, boring, bum pit.
I don't really know how. I don't know how that would go, but I still see Review Tech winning that one. I don't know. Phil is not interested in banging. He's not. He wants to drink and he wants to play his stupid fucking mobile game.
That is...
Review Tech can't find it. DSP never had it. Hey, I'd rather maybe have it and not need it than need it and never have it.
Dark side, Phil. Now, folks, when it comes to calling cat fat cat, I was under the impression amongst fat people, amongst fellow people of calories, fat...
I still can't get over people of calories. Fuck, I forgot about that. Oh my God. Fellow people of calories. Morel, thanks for the 2. I'm not about drama. If I could English, we're going to start that over because it's a super chat. Excuse me. I'm not about drama. A week later brings review tech on. Right.
That was our word. I thought I had a right to use that word. And it's not just a right that I was given by birth. I earned that right to call people fat when I stuff my blowhole with 7,000 calories, if not more a day. I work at maintaining calling people fat, my fat card, okay? I'm fat.
Fellow people of calories. Like, it was so good.
I'm fat, damn it. Oh, you called somebody fat. How about you call me fat back, you pussy bitch?
I also died the other day when Triple P, I call him Triple P, was fucking ripping on Phil, and just out of nowhere, he's just like, he's got bitch tits. I just about spit out my drink. For fuck's sake. It just about actually killed me.
Call him a liar, a grifter.
How late is the piggy? He's not late. He started at like 2:15ish like he said he would. He just that lame ass little slideshow is going on. So he's technically not late. He's just doing, I'm assuming again around 2:30 he'll show up. So 2:30, excuse me, Eastern, because I'm on Eastern. So here in maybe about 5 minutes or so, we're watching Dick Stroking Phil vlogs, the day DSP Gaming died. Just basically just a recap of a very, very funny and well edited, might I add. Just kind of, again, summarized of the shit that's going down with Kino Casino. And again, Kino Casino is going to have special guest It's a Gundam Friday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, although I believe they start before that. They start before that. I'm going to stream the Kino Casino Friday night, like I say, 7:30. I might show up early too. I'm going to have to dig around a little bit more to get an exact timing, but Friday evening, because they're going to have on It's a Gundam, and they're reading all the DMs. They also are supposed to post all the DMs somewhere for everyone to read publicly.
A scam artist.
A scumbag.
Man. At what point are you going to start fighting back? At what point are you going to be a man?
He's like a gay man.
That is true. I have a strong aversion to women because I'm gay. I play WWE Champions because I want to see sweaty men. I'll be honest.
That was amazing. That was an amazing 6 seconds of editing.
With you guys, Wings, Keemstar, Boogie, I think they're cute. I do. I think that they're very cute. As an extremely progressive person, you have to admire their chonky cheeks. Kiss the buttocks. Nice and flabby.
Yeah, that's pretty gay.
Ultimately, I'm just...
Oh my God. It's so good. This is so well edited. If you're not subbed to Dick Stroking Phil Vlogs on YouTube, you absolutely need to be, because this editing is fucking chef's kiss.
Testing him to see where he's at as a man, to see where the resistance is at. Where does it stop? It never stopped. I could have come into his house and fucked his wife.
I'm all for it. Cuck life, 100%.
He doesn't give a shit about anything other than money and his ego. And the only reason he started getting upset...
Don't worry, Celtic Soul. You're not going to miss anything. You're going to go out. You're going to be a human-style individual. You're going to enjoy your social life. And everyone is either going to be restreaming it and have the stream up, or you can check out Kino Casino on Kick or whatever. But it's going to be clipped. Either people are going to full restream it like myself, or other folks are going to clip it, do commentary, or just clip it, whatever. You're going to miss nothing. Go be a human-style individual and have your social life.
Sad about any of this shit was because he felt like it was giving the detractors a W.
Yeah, a lot of people say that. He doesn't care about his wife. He only cared when the detractors started bitching that he should defend his wife.
I'm talking all this fucking shit multiple times on my stream, on his stream, saying all sorts of shit.
I'm assuming, Ben, that they're just going to attempt to shit on Kino Casino. I don't really know what this is. San Antonio Spurs fan, you have missed nothing yet. We are waiting for Philipper to go live. We're just watching some old clips and speculating. So you are not late. And even if you were, you can always either rewind the stream or whatever else.
Why? And he never said a fucking thing. It wasn't his instinct to defend his wife. He has no instinct.
Thanks for thinking of our mental health. Oh yeah, take a break from the fucking Snortex if you need to. You know, the restreamers and the people who, you know, do the clips and the commentary and everything. It's like, I don't think, you know, I'm not going anywhere. I don't think any of the other, you know, folks are either. You know, you don't have to be like, oh my God, like, you know, we're the ones that are chomping at the bit like every second of the day, looking at Twitter, looking at Kick, looking at YouTube, like, oh my God, what's going on? Because we're all trying to get the information out, you know, as quickly as possible, you know, to people and trying to keep people up to date. But by all means, don't do that. Take a break if you need to. I hate to cut it short. Again, Dick Stroking Phil Vlogs, great channel. Underappreciated. Go sub if you haven't. But from what I can see, the guy is getting ready to go live. Optimus, thank you for the 2, honey. DSP and Review Tech trying to set up a Discord call is great. So I appreciate the 2. You are very kind. Hold on. I usually try to hold on. I'm gonna spare everybody from that. We'll just chill. Please hold. Slightly less cringe content will be brought to you shortly.
What is going on, everyone?
Only slightly less cringe. Here we go.
Phil here, and welcome to a very special edition of the Level 1 Podcast. Today,
what the hell are you wearing? All right, moving on.
We are going to have a very special guest. Someone who I have had, well, I guess you could say beef with for a very long time on the internet. Someone who talks about me.
It's misdirected passion. You two just need to make out and get it over with already, as far as I'm concerned. Just get it out of your system. You'll feel better. It's that sexual tension. Just let your just run wild and just abandoned and free.
Constantly in all of his content. And sometimes I decide to clap back. And today, for the first time ever, we are going to have a face-to-face confrontation, discussion, chat, debate, argument. I don't know.
I don't know, but hopefully you guys don't misconstrue this and think that it's drama, because I don't do drama content.
That is the beauty of the internet, is that you never know what's going to happen. Today on the show, my guest is Review Tech USA.
This is either gonna be the most wild fucking thing that we've seen, probably like since the Truth Seekers interview, or this is gonna be so fucking lame that we're all gonna be disappointed that we sat through this. But my beef stew's in the crock pot. I don't have anywhere to go. We'll see what this is, but I swear to God, it's one or the other. This is gonna be crazy or so fucking lame. We will all wish we would have just napped through this bullshit.
Also known as Rich. I actually don't even know if he goes by Review Tech anymore since he deleted his YouTube channel. Perhaps that's something that we will talk about. I guess we'll see. But this will be a very special event. So sit back and relax. Get ready for the craziest edition ever of the Level 1 Podcast.
Oh, we got a lot of lame votes. Uh-oh. Well, remember, if it's lame, if it's boring, if you don't like it, remember, go do something else. Depending on where the weather is where you are, go outside, you know, hang out, do something nice and actually positive and relaxing. Don't stay here if you don't like it. That's not cool. You know, Keem, Boogie, and Wings are watching from Fat Camp. Excuse me. Big ups, Lloyd. That's funny. You got a roast in the crock pot? Oh, yes. Someone's making carnitas? Oh, we're all fucking eating good today, aren't we?
Alrighty, folks. If you're wondering why my mic might sound a little bit low today compared to my usual
it's because I want to sound sexy for Rich.
content, it's very simple. There is something with Discord where I cannot get when I capture audio from Discord. I can't.
You will never have a low voice, sir. I literally have a lower voice than you, and this is my normal tone.
Get it to be loud. So the only way that I can make it so that I'm not like blaringly louder than the person on Discord is to lower my mic. I've tried everything. I can't seem to boost the Discord audio. I don't know how that works. But I've done many calls through Discord before, and they work as long as I do this adjustment. So it should work. All
Hey, sometimes like spaghetti and stuff like that is better on day 2.
right, now, you may notice Review Tech is not here yet. He's late. I'm not kidding. I was all ready to set up, ready to go, and he contacted me this
Well, not everybody is as autistic about their fucking schedule as you are, sir. So it's called having a life. So just fucking be cool, man.
morning and said, I'm going to be late by about 15 minutes. So he's supposed to be here in about 10 minutes or so. And when he gets here, I will invite him and we will begin. But since this is a very special episode, and many of you maybe are not familiar,
My AI voice is technically higher because I have to try to take I have a very bad vocal fry, like my voice is very harsh. So my AI, when I pretend to do the AI, it's actually slightly higher.
with the way that I run these kind of podcasts. It's not just me talking to you about topics. Instead, it's going to be me with a guest. All right. Allow me to cover some of the ground rules.
Oh God, who has somebody on and is like, okay, we're gonna go over the rules. Oh my God, preschool.
How this is going to go. All right. So number one, and I have a guest on, all right, whether it's Review Tech or anyone.
You've had both of them? Oh no, you had Craig and Keemstar. Okay. Yeah, both of them.
Person is giving me their undivided attention, meaning they took time out of their day. They stopped whatever they were doing in order to actually be on the show. And because of that, I'm not going to be distracted or interrupted by anything. What do I mean? I mean, today I am not going to be.
Does this just mean that you're ignoring the chat basically like you do every other day, except for when a little colored bubble pops up on your screen and then you'll read that one? I hope he doesn't show and Phil hyped this up for nothing. Oh God, no.
Be having pop-ups on the screen for contributions. I'm not going to be having shout outs. Okay. I'm not going to be speaking with Stream Chat. Normally, these are all common things that I would do.
Yeah, that's usually what most people do when they're either having a real podcast or they have a guest on. They're not, unless they're taking questions from their chat. No, they're not reading everything out right then and there. That this is 101, bro.
On any given stream of mine. But being that this is a special event, all right, I don't want that to interrupt, the time of us. Our time's valuable, right? And I also don't want this to be a 7-hour appearance. I would like to keep it, concise, maybe keep him here for about 90 minutes, 2 hours, maybe. Depends on how it goes, right? So because of that, I don't want to be distracted constantly with, I have to shout this one out. I have to do this. I have to answer this question.
And now we know that the cat has to be in here right now. And the cat is always in here now, wondering why sometimes the cat is in here and the cat's not in here. Yeah, now we know the cat's in here because she ain't home and they're worried the cat might go fucking eat the other animals. So, interesting.
Instead, it's going to be me and Rich, all right? So please understand that. Now, after this appearance ends, likely what I will do is take a break and then come.
What's the point of this? Views, drama, some, hey, look over here, stop looking at Kino Casino.
Come back and do what I like to call a decompression stream where we can kind of sit here and talk about everything that just happened. And I'm sure some people will give their opinions. At that point, anyone who has contributed during the course of the actual stream, I will give a shout out for their contributions. Okay. And get them on the leaderboard and so on and so forth. All right. So it will be a normal stream, but it will be later on after Rich has been on the show.
I agree, Don. I kind of feel like this is going to be really fucking lame. Yes, we're going to have a good old dent compression stream.
And we'll be all good then. All right. So I just want to let everyone know that's how it's going to go. I don't want. Now, listen, I know people are probably going to try to be, getting Rich's attention. They're going to be insulting him and stuff. I know how it goes. That's why I'm paying no attention. That's why there's no pop-ups on the screen or anything. I'm not going to have people, pop-ups saying nasty stuff about him and stuff like that. It's ridiculous. Again, he's our guest. Got to treat him with respect, dignity, just like he's always treated me. Right? Jasper Kitty. Now, Jasper.
So, 2 weeks ago when you shit on him for an hour and told him how awful and horrible he was? Got it. Right.
I'm going to be a little busy today. He's very needy today. Okay?
Well, then you guys should do very well together. He's probably hungry. Probably trying to sneak the next little bit of wall out into the yard, Shawshank style.
He's very needy today. And so he might interrupt the podcast several times.
That's okay. He's cute.
Oh, it looks like Rich
Look how cute he is.
may be ready. Hold on one second. I think he may be ready. So what I will do is I'm going to get
Okay.
Jasper Kitty off my lap here.
Aww.
Okay. And let me just make sure that things are muted. It is muted for now until I want to make sure that he's all good. Before we get started here. All right, let me get my headphones on.
I do. I kind of think Jasper has to sit in there with him while he's streaming. So you know there's no food, there's no water, there's probably no toys, there's no litter box. No wonder he fucking got, a UTI. He can't get to the bathroom when he needs it.
Okay? For one sec. So
Maybe
first,
Cat
what
is
I'm going to do,
Jasper.
I'm going to mute the mic. I'm going to get the stuff working on Discord with him first. Then I'm going to get it working here through the stream. And then we're going to begin. All right? So FYI, it's going to take a minute. There's nothing you can do. If the person's not already on the call, you have to do this live. Sorry for those who want, tech immediately. And, whoa, why isn't it live right now? I'm working on it, okay?
I have skip juice, but I don't want to have to go forward. Then I went too far
right,
forward.
mute the
Then I gotta
mic.
go back.
And I'll be back in a moment. And we will get stuff going. Fair enough?
Shawshank
So
Redemption's amazing.
Okay, ready? Get that out of there. And I'll be right back, everybody.
40-plus-year-old man-child
Okay,
tries
one
to
second,
use
everyone.
basic
I just
tech.
got to mute this. Okay.
So go. No one's keeping you here, dumbass. Those headphones were not, I don't know. Clearly nothing he wears is any kind of a fashion statement. Unless the fashion statement is, ugh. Oh, yeah. All right. So, what do you guys want to talk about? What's everyone got going on today? How's everyone doing? Hope everybody's doing well. Do you think this is going to suck ass and be totally fucking lame? Do you think they're going to get into a fight? Is he going to tell fucking Rich? I don't want to call him Review Tech again if he's not Review Tech, but is he going to tell Rich to go fuck himself like he did to Craig and then hang up on him and really think he felted him? And, what is this all about? What are all of your opinions? Shank of Redemption. Is it Friday yet? No. Damn it, no. The day was good till I heard DSP's gay voice. Can we raise money for my taxes? Possibly. IBS Lurker? What are these names even? Don't Rich's interviews usually end in fights? I don't really, obviously, I know who, Rich is and everything, but I don't particularly know a lot, about him. So I think a lot of people are kind of hoping to take his shirt off. I don't know. Phil might not even, he said if he goes to take his shirt off or something, Phil said he's just going to turn the camera off. So, because we all know that Phillifer's, in control of this. So. I don't know. These two have thrown so much shit at each other. It's kind of like,
Folks, Review Tech is having tech issues.
oh.
So as soon as his tech issues are done, we'll begin. I'm waiting for him to get it fixed. And
I kind
I'll
of hope
keep
he
you in the
just
loop.
strings you along.
I'm ready to go, and I'm waiting for him to figure his stuff out. So we'll start as soon as he fixes it. Alrighty then.
So we can't talk about anything. You can't talk to us about anything while he figures out his tech issue. Oh, okay. Is Cat? Well, I don't think Cat's there because with these other animals being in the house now that we know that. I'm kind of trying to put these pieces together. I think when we see Jasper in the room with him, it's because Cat's not home. Because I think they worry about the cat kind of like roaming through the house and maybe fucking with the other animals. So I kind of feel like when we don't see him, she's home and he's like, with her, or she's keeping an eye on things. And when she's gone, I feel like maybe we see Jasper. Cats are also very social. They do normally go where the people are. So I would be inclined to believe the cat's not there right now. Rich can't even review Zone Tech. It really would be funny if like really he had no like real plans to show up and he's like, oh, I'm going to be late. Oh, now I have tech issues. You know what? This just isn't a good day for me. Okay,
all right, everyone
bye.
on stream, we're going to get the camera set up, but we're still going to be muted for a sec, and then we are going to start. So everyone just be calm. Cameras are coming up, and then we'll be ready to start in a sec.
See, also Legos. I streamed 2 of those 3 fucking Lego whatever. No, that was bad. That was bad. That was awful. Oh, look out. Is he gonna do something here? What is happening? No, he's here. The camera's on. They both have their shirts on, and hopefully neither one of them have their dicks out. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Yeah, this is all being done right. Fuck it, we'll do it live.
All right, everyone, so you can hear me. Rich, hello, how are you?
I'm lovely, Philip. How are you?
Oh boy, well we're gonna see. We're gonna see how this goes.
Good.
You're looking stunning in that sweater today. Looking nice.
Thank you, sir. So I'm adjusting right now. I'm going to ask the chat. How does it sound? Because
I'm enjoying.
No, go ahead.
Enjoying your succulent. I'm enjoying your succulents behind you. They're very succulent.
Of course. Well, you built them too.
Oh, so he's just gonna meme the whole time? Is that what this is? He's just gonna be like a memer?
You know how succulent they are.
They're
This. Bleh.
very. I love them.
Bleh.
So, guys,
Thank you for the inspiration.
How is the audio levels, everybody? Are we good? Because every time I do it on Discord, everyone says that I'm too loud, but I tried to adjust it today so it sounds good. Are we good, everybody? They say we're good.
Trust me, I am not hot and bothered. I actually think my feminine organs are actually trying to escape me. I might have to go chase them and get them back.
All right, well.
This might cause me to just straight hit menopause at 40.
Let's begin. So, wow. First of all, an epic moment. I think this has been a long time coming, in the making. People have wanted to see us have a conversation for a very, very long time. And thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for giving us your time. I want to say that up front.
What interesting. What a coincidence. What are the odds? It's the coincidence of this timing. Just, I'm sure it's all just circumstantial, right?
Oh, of course. There's absolutely no reason why it would be right now, this week, or anything. No, it just came together that way by complete,
So you bent the knee to this dude because Kino Casino broke your little heart so bad. Okay.
Luck, dumb luck, right? But you're here. That's respectable. I thank you for your time, and I want to let you know, because I told the audience this before. I know you weren't here. There is absolutely no interruptions. There's no pop-ups on this stream. I'm not going to be reading shout-outs or anything from anyone. The stupid camera is screwing with me right now. But I'm not going to be doing anything to be.
There's going to be no distractions. This camera's messing with me right now.
Distracted. It's you and me. I want to respect you because you're giving me your time. It's not about contributions today. I mean,
then shut the fuck up and let him talk, asshole. He's your guest. Shut the fuck up.
We'll shout them out after we're done when you're gone.
He doesn't care about your money, dickhead.
It has nothing to do with you. I'm not going to be reading out insults or anything like that. That's not what this is, okay?
I don't care. I don't care if you did anyway, but that's fine.
I know you
That's
don't
fine,
care,
though.
but it's just the thing. I mean, you're going to give me your time, dude. I got to give you respect for doing
Then shut the fuck up. You've got his time right now. And frankly, sir, you're wasting his time. Shut the fuck up.
it. You know, you could be doing something better with your time, I'm sure. And I appreciate you coming on. Now,
Couldn't we
before
all?
we begin, I want to clear the air here. You have absolutely no preconceived notions of what this appearance is, right? You don't know. We haven't talked about if it's going to be a topic, if it's going to be anything, right? We haven't planned anything, correct?
No, not once. And if you did, I would call you out on it. You didn't.
There
did
you
not
go.
say a fucking word to me about anything.
Because people have been speculating for the last couple of days, well, since yesterday, and I guess you had let it drop on your show that you were going to appear a couple days ago before we had really confirmed it, and then I confirmed it yesterday, and everyone's freaking out. This is an evil plot. They've got all this stuff going on, and, you know, this is not legit. But no, it's
I'm
not
angry when people have guests on and they don't shut the fuck up and let the guest talk. It really bothers me.
the case. We have nothing
We're not here for you. We see your raggedy ass every day.
planned. All right, previously, like Rich, you know, and I have not spoken about this beforehand. This is completely a legit appearance here. And I guess, Rich, before I begin saying anything,
You have said a lot. What the fuck do you mean before you begin? Phil's looking for a buddy review text, not interested. Fuck no, he's not. And he's smart for not
Just
wanting nothing
before
with
we
him.
You're
start.
gonna get shirtless? Are you gonna get shirtless?
Absolutely not. I'm just curious.
Thank fuck for that.
Oh, come on.
Do
I'd actually rather see Review Tech take his shirt off than you.
you have anything you would like to just say up front as a starter before we get into anything? Is there anything you want to get off your chest? Is there anything you'd like to say?
I got plenty of questions, but this is your show, so I will let you begin.
Oh,
I
okay.
have plenty.
He's got plenty of questions, but it's my show. All right, that's fair enough. That's a good way to start. Okay. All right. So, funny that you bring up, you know, the timing of everything, correct? Because obviously I tried to get you on this show back in the fall, and it fell apart. You did cancel last minute. Then you wanted to come back on, and at that point I wasn't interested. But we're not here to argue about the specifics of what happened there. But I have tried to have you on, and it didn't work out for whatever reason. So now, this week, I've got
I just wanted to put it out there that you canceled and you were a dickhead, and I wanted to just kind of poke you a little bit with a little knife there. But okay, continuing.
you on. All right. And a lot of people are like, this is great. It's the first face-to-face of Rich versus Phil, and they're going to either have it out or maybe this is a plot. They're going to be like buddies and
You're a pussy. You're not gonna have it out. This dude would fucking destroy you, you bitch.
now because the casino has turned on Phil. And now Phil's probably looking for allies, right? And he's looking for buddies to team up with against the casino, right? That's what everyone's saying. What do you think about that?
Well, I hope to God that you knew from the beginning that was going to happen. I don't think you did, though, because you were essentially in there. You did simp for them for a while, Phil.
Mhm.
One thing I found funny is that things that I've just said for years, you make it like I'm going to stalk you and dry hump your front door in the middle of the night. But when PPP said those things at the time, now you're different because the fallout and, you know, he was calling your wife fat. But back then, it was with them, it was just razzing. What's the difference between when I said something and when PPP said something, which would be just as bad, if sometimes not worse? Why was there a difference with that?
Because I was making money off of them and I wasn't making any money off of you. So you can go fuck yourself, and I bent the knee to the almighty dollar. Big ups, Tony. How you doing, honey?
Well, there's two things. Number one, if you have some kind of an arrangement with someone, if you're working business-wise with someone, okay, and you know that there's a mutual benefit to being associated or making content, then you give a few inches, right? You'll give a little bit of leeway. You'll let them get a little bit of a rise or get a little bit of a boost or a little bit of whatever it is on your behalf. Because quite frankly, you're also getting a boost on their behalf by being associated or making content with them. All right. But just like everything, there's a limit to that. And what's happened is PPP took it upon himself to keep pushing those boundaries as far as he possibly could thinking that he was a big shit, basically, and he could get away with
Yeah,
whatever.
but that was at the 11th hour, though, Phil. I mean, there was actually a video of where like you tiptoed into confronting him about what he said about your wife, and you gave him a pass. Also, too, there's a video that Mighty D has where you were
Big ups, Mighty D.
and this happened multiple times. It wasn't just in his video, where you would be in their kick chat in like the wee hours of the morning, text messaging them or messaging them in their chat like a teenage girl. You were gifting subs. You would go back and forth. You always say that your time, like that was, what were you doing then? You say your time is valuable. You say you're very busy, but then you were sitting there in there.
This isn't gonna go well if this guy's just gonna fucking get him. I mean, like, this isn't gonna go well for Philip.
Chat, essentially just simping, actually, which is funny. We'll talk more about simping later, but that was very strange to me.
Sure. Well, I guess we've had a good cold open, right? I guess we'll get into it now, right?
I agree. Digital Melanin. Yeah, this is not, I don't know why Phil did this. This is not going to go well for him.
All right, we'll actually get into like the format and what this is actually going to be. So Rich, I have to be honest with you. All right, I'm going to be very honest with you right now.
Oh boy.
Okay. I do have a plan for this appearance, and it's nothing whatsoever what you think it is. Okay? But I want you to calm down. I want you to calm down. There's no guests coming on or anything. It's just you and me. I promise you that. Okay? No special, no shocking twists, no oh my god, gotcha
Even
moments.
If there was a guest, that would be fine.
Okay.
Good drink.
Rich, do you recognize this?
Oh, is this what we're going to do? Oh my god. What in the goddamn?
Let me look on.
He's not looking. Oh, you don't see me?
Those are your poker chips, Phil. Yeah.
Correct. This.
He really thinks he's going to get this guy, doesn't he? Well, because Review Tech knows how to, even if it bothers him, he's smart enough to know how to appear unfazed in the moment.
Is the briefcase that was used as a prop during the co-op react that I did with Kino Casino back in the summer when we watched your documentary from June the King. And basically, it was used as a way to humiliate you over the course of that event, where every time that there was something embarrassing that happened, we would take some chips out, right?
Did that humiliate him? I don't really know that it did, but okay.
And at the end, we're at the very end, you had one chip left. And I said, this is your chip. I'm going to hold on to it. And I had it on my screen back here. And everything, was around this chip in the casino. And you even called it out in your content. And you said, Phil, you fool. They're not your friends, but you have their memes in your content and all of that.
It's because Review Tech is unbothered by him, because who's honestly bothered by this? He thinks he's got him. Look at that grin on his face. Do you recognize this? You are a pussy. This dude don't give a fuck about you. You painfully want this dude to give a fuck about you, bro. And he doesn't.
I'm well aware of all that stuff that you said. Okay.
This is like watching Wile E. Coyote try to trick the Roadrunner.
which was true from the beginning. Everyone saw that coming from a mile away. You were a content mill for them.
So.
Ooh.
Okay.
As you've seen.
Fair enough.
Okay, so this might get juicy because they're gonna get pissed off at each other. So just wait a minute.
Now, I bring this up for a reason. All right, and we're gonna explain it in just a moment. But I have one other question for you before I actually show you the briefcase, okay? And the question is this. Okay. Are you familiar with the king snake? The animal?
Nope.
You're not?
Nope.
The king snake is a creature, a snake.
No shit, Sherlock. Oh, God, where is this going?
That lures other snakes into its den. Dangerous snakes. Snakes that are known to already be predators, rattlesnakes, and others. The king snake uses this trick in order to make those creatures feel safe. And then the king snake surprises those creatures from behind and swallows them.
Oh.
Whole. The king snake.
Are you swallowing me, Phil?
Oh God, dude, you're really gonna try? This dude is gonna. Rich is gonna wipe the floor with you, old man. You better get wherever you're going with this. All right, let's all just hold hands. We're gonna be okay. It's very, very painfully cringe. It's okay.
Hold on.
We're in this
king snake
together.
Eats other predators whole after laying a trap.
Okay.
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 Ladies and gentlemen, this is the briefcase.
We don't care.
This is Andy and Ashton's briefcase. Because, ladies and gentlemen, today on this podcast, this is not the Level 1 podcast featuring RTU at all.
Oh God.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Level 666 podcast straight out of fucking hell.
Oh my God.
Because today, live on the show, it is time to explain to you how over the last 8 months and the last couple of years, all of my planning has finally come to fruition.
Oh God, is he gonna say that he knew this? He knew everything the whole time? Oh, what is happening? What the fuck is happening?
I robbed Keno Casino.
What?
I'm not kidding. I'm
How
not
did you, Rob?
fucking kidding. Everything that you have seen happen, I swear to God, has been part of my plan all along.
Oh, no, you're not. No, sir. No, you're not. You are not gonna say that you knew this the whole fucking time. No.
Because all of you think I'm so fucking stupid.
You are. Everyone knows you're fucking stupid.
You all thought that this was he got fooled. Had the wool pulled over his eyes. I 100% had this planned.
You did not. It's okay. It's all gonna come out on Friday. It's okay.
Since day one.
Phil,
And I am going...
I
You don't believe me.
No, and nobody fucking does.
don't believe you. I've been watching you now for over a decade. You were full in on this hook line, and so you called Andy your gaming soulmate.
Okay. Rich, I got the receipts. And we're going to look at them together right now on this show.
Okay.
Are you
Receipts of what?
ready?
Oh,
like
so
this-
now he's gonna leak shit. Now he's gonna leak things.
See these? Yes, Philip.
This is the briefcase of Andy and Ashton. And every single time that we go through a topic and I expose them for who they really are, they're going to lose a few chips. And we're going to see at the end.
Morale, thanks for the 2, honey. This is gonna backfire when the DMs are leaked. Yes, it is. RS Nerd, thank you for the tool. That is funny though. Thank you for the 2. Phil needs an actual MH wellness
How
check.
many chips these two have left over?
This feels like retcon to me, Phil. But sure, prove it to me.
Sure.
Let me see.
This is the worst person you could have had. You could have done this by yourself, bro. Thank you, Ben. Thank you. Big ups. Why is Review Tech here? Because he don't want to do it by himself looking like a weirdo.
We're good. No worries, man. All right.
If I was fucking rich, I'd just tap out. I'd be like, well, this fucking sucks ass. I got other shit I gotta do.
So,
Digital Melon, thanks for re-upping, honey. Bro, what is this bullshit? Phil is truly a 220. I need some 220s in the chat. Fucking it, please. Whether you're a member or not, please, for the love of fuck, can I get some fucking 220s?
let's get started, shall we? I'm changing my screens if you don't, because
So he's only going to show a few little bits and pieces of this, I guarantee.
you can't see any of this, obviously. I'm going to let you know what I'm actually doing here, and you might want to
They probably are fucking written in crayon.
tune into the stream. It's going to be very hard for you to see, but I'm going to be reading
I'm
things
already
as
on
well.
this. I'm already on the stream too.
Okay, let me actually resize you here, so that you can actually be. Here we go. So here's the funny part, folks.
None of this is funny. This is so cringe. I'm feeling physical pain, and I'm positive I'm not the only one. Orange Harrier, thank you for the 5. I'm not owned. I cry as I shrink and turn into a corner.
All this
Thank
week,
you.
there's been all these threats thrown around by Kino Casino.
Oh, it's no threat. They're going to expose the fuck out of you Friday night. Make sure you guys go watch Kino Casino on Friday night.
Saying, God forbid that any of these private messages be leaked that I had with Phil or we had with Phil, because these private messages would be so damning. They would hurt him so bad. And man, he is hiding from it. And we're counting down to when we leak the messages. I already put the messages online. And by
I agree. Can we be something else? Can we all just be like capybaras or something?
the end of this show, I'm going to give everyone the links and you can all read them for yourselves in full.
Yeah, right. I highly doubt that. John, thanks for the 5, honey. This moron's really trying to spin this into making people think he's some kind of mastermind. Friday is going to be fire 220 for life. Couldn't have said it better, and I appreciate your generosity. This is going to go so bad when Kino drops everything Friday night. Why are you doing this? Is this it? Is this the fucking end right here?
I'm not kidding.
I bet you are.
Because this was my plan
This doesn't
all along.
sound like 4D chess. This sounds like damage control.
There's no damage
sounds
control
like,
here.
This sounds
Get him, Rich. Get him.
like you're just trying to get in front of what they're going to say.
There's nothing to say. As you're going to see and what we're going to go through, everything
If there's nothing to get in front of, then why are you here, dumbass?
that they think they have
They have a scheduled show tonight. Oh, fuck.
was already planned ahead of time.
Would you happen to know what time that scheduled show is, Optimist? Big ups if you don't mind throwing that in the chat.
Every single thing that
I might have to stream Kino tonight now.
told them was either a lie, a half-truth, or something to buy their confidence. So they would think that over time, they would have something on me. Because the truth is, Rich, I'm tired of being pushed around. I really am. All right? I'm going to be honest with you and the internet right now. Back in 2023, when I did that Side Scrollers interview, and that interview went how it did, and I walked out of it
How it destroyed you and how you walked out with a new asshole.
thinking, not a lot of people are going to like me. But at least that interview's out there, and now I don't have to worry about this bullshit anymore. And then the next day...
Because those interviews make you seem disingenuous, Phil. Like, think about
Fair
how
enough.
simple...
Fair enough.
Think about how simple would have been to show...
Get him,
like,
Rich.
hey, just show me that down from which we know is your account now, which we know you're still using, by the way.
Optimist, I really appreciate you, honey. Big ups. Thank you very much.
Down from the rafters is my WWE Champions account. My Sweaty Man Addiction is there. And then you were like, I got to protect my family, which made no sense, Phil. That made 0 sense. How does showing a username in a game, that's the equivalent of like showing a gamer tag on like your Xbox Series X. And you said, and then
Disgruntled Frenchman, thank you for the 2. Thanks for keeping me entertained at work as usual. Big ups. I appreciate you.
and you do when you had him on the show, and he said, I forget the exact wording. I just thought of this now. I do have notes, by the way, but he was like, so you weren't telling the truth. And you said to him, it doesn't matter if I was telling the truth or not. It's still an answer.
That's right. Because I wasn't there to give them some kind of an insane, truthful expose on anything.
Lunch Meat Sandwich Gaming, big ups. By doing this, Phil is now telling the internet he used his wife to win an internet drama. That's right. If he admits he knew all this, he's going to admit that he let himself be abused and be milked and everything else. You're watching Pride right here. You are watching a full-blown it's called narcissistic collapse, but downward spiral, whatever you want to call. This is pride and ego in high fucking gear, full effect. This is nothing but pride, ego, and arrogance.
The whole idea was I give you an interview. Doesn't matter if you like it or not, but I'll give you an interview. And then we're supposed to actually continue on with content. I was supposed to be a regular guest on their show, which was actually the original premise of being on it, is that I was going to be on there, add my 2 cents towards topics and everything, get some exposure, maybe bring some viewers over to my channel. Some of my viewers go to their channel. They didn't give me that respect because after the interview, they decided to make endless amounts of content for weeks to months.
Morale, thanks for the 2, honey. You know it's bad when Rich is the arbiter of truth. Sneedburger Syndrome, thank you for the 2. Glad to be watching this shit show with you in chat. Glad to have you, honey.
About me.
And everybody else too,
crapping
big
on me
ups.
and making tons of money. And the problem is that negates the whole premise of the interview. An interview is supposed to be you just ask questions, you give answers, and then the audience has to judge for themselves. Not right after the interview ends, the interviewers say, oh, well, that whole thing was bullshit. We don't like that guy and he's an asshole. Don't believe him. You've completely disingenuously conducted that interview if that's how you behave yourself after, in my opinion. So,
Phil, every radio show or talk show has after shows about the guests that they have on, and you weren't truthful, so their take on you was right.
Right.
So I'm not really sure where you're coming from with that. Like,
fair enough, but that's not even what we're here for today, okay? And I get it.
Also, if he snaked them the whole time, then he also knew at some point that he was going to admit that he was down from the rafters. So if he's been doing this for months and years, like he said, then why didn't he just tell side scrollers he was down from the rafters? He said, I've had this in plan for 8 months and years. So why didn't you just tell the fucking truth on side scrollers? Because Kino Casino got you to admit that you were down from the rafters, which we all knew anyway. So you knew that you were going to admit that you were down from the rafters? Then why didn't you just say it?
We already argued about the side scrollers thing for ages. They're not even the topic of discussion here. But after the side scrollers thing, I had enough. I said, I've had enough of people on the internet always constantly using me as the butt of their joke, talking about me, using me to make money, and doing everything they possibly can.
Oh, because you didn't make any money. Okay. He made like $40K in the last 8 months because of what Kino Casino did for him. I just want that out there.
In order to kind of, mess with me and just get over on my behalf. And I realized at that point, the only way that I was going to be able to change things was to actually do something for myself. But there's no way that I could actively do it publicly. Because if I did it publicly, then everyone would just laugh. Because everyone thought I was a big meme and a big joke, right? And to some extent, people still do. I got a little bit more of a boost since, the last 8 months, but not much. But what no one realized is that I decided for myself to do something with initiative. And I said, I want to try to...
Jerry, I agree 100%. He is handing himself the biggest fucking L.
Actually get over on one of these people who's one of these content creators who's constantly a misery broker. And I know you've heard me say that before, but I think a misery broker is someone who literally doesn't make content for themselves.
Not shitting on Rich, I have no idea why he's here. I didn't, Phil thinks this is his snaking or being smart, and I don't know. I guess he just wants to shit on Kino Casino and he needs someone else there.
All they do is they look at other people's misery, they report on it, they make fun of it, they laugh at it, and then they make a bunch of money. So a day when it's a bad day for someone else is a good day for them. But in reality, if it weren't for other people, they wouldn't be able to ever have any popularity. It's the only reason they get anything.
So what you're saying, this whole entire thing for your casino arc was 4D chess that you were playing them to the point that you would hurt your own reputation and career?
Rich, not only that, I cased probably 6 or 7 different individuals who I thought I could maybe...
Kat is going to yell at him. This is going to be the worst thing that's ever happened, and he's doing it to himself. This is going to be worse than side scrollers. This is going to be worse than truth seekers, and he's done it to himself. That's what's actually so fucking funny. The fool's done it to himself.
Get in their good graces, figure out how to get in on it, and see what would happen. And after looking at all of these different people, all right, someone in my chat one day had said, did you hear about Kino Casino? Did you hear that they're also making fun of Review Tech? Just like you are, or just like he's making fun of you and back and forth. And did you hear that they're constantly making fun of him in their content? Okay. And I said, no, I don't know anything about these guys. I didn't. But I went over there and I actually watched their content once. And I knew from the first moment that I started watching their show, this was going to be the one that was going to work if I was going to try to make this happen. Okay. Now, Rich, I'm going to be honest with you again. You have unwittingly been a part of this since day one because you were the reason that I contacted them. You were the reason why I affiliated with them. The whole co-op, react to your documentary.
At least that's one thing that Andy said was true. I wasn't as unwitting as you think, but yes. Ashton kept on saying that you went to him. Now I see that is actually accurate. Okay.
Oh, You're going to see it's accurate because I'm going to show you all of it. I have it all right here, and we're going to look at it together. But I just need everyone to understand what the premise is and what's going on here is that the whole idea was to get in the good graces of the casino, to find a way to collab.
We're all in pain. We're all cringing. This is awful.
That was going to get me over, that was going to get me some popularity, make me some money, but also at the same time, make them think I'm some kind of a fucking idiot so that they will always think that I'm indebted to them, that I'm always going to do what they say. Because I know how they are. Let's be honest here. We know Ashton. We know Andy. These guys are not squeaky clean. These guys have burned every bridge. They don't have friends. They can't have friends.
Yet you were still absolutely dying to work with them, though.
Right. 100%.
Oh, not dying to work with them. They were a means for me to finally get out of the position that I was in, being the whipping boy of the internet.
Oh, this is not going well for you, sir. You think you were the whipping boy before? Is my brain still melting? No, my brain isn't melting. It's so cringe. Like it's almost hard for me to keep going.
And that was the intention from day one. Everything that I laid out, every conversation I had with them, every late night bullshit session I had with them when I should have been asleep, every time I was on their streams kissing their butt, throwing them super memberships or whatever, was all part of this. And they think they have something on me. They're insane. How they didn't know.
They do.
They do. They absolutely do. Because look at what we're doing right now. You couldn't do this fast enough because you heard what they're going to do to you on Friday.
How they didn't know that.
You're not going to miss anything on Friday, Ben. If you can't be there live, everyone's going to have it.
Everything I was saying was fake. I don't know. Because, I mean, I'll give you some examples here. I said my wife was sick and she had found God. And now because of that, I can't do this idea that you came up with. And they bought it. I said, oh, my rabbit is sick, so I can't do the show today. My mom is sick, so I have to fly. I keep saying sick, like every excuse was someone's sick. Yet they bought it every time. Every fucking time.
Or you were just nervous to go do it, so you canceled on it.
But the point I'm making here is I basically manipulated them as much as I could to make them do what I wanted. I got what I wanted.
Crazy Cat, thanks for the 10, honey. This logic is so bad. I couldn't agree more. A debate professor would be insulted to look this over. I agree, and I appreciate the generosity. Does he think anyone is going to... So now he's going to say that everything he told them was a lie. Cat isn't sick. They don't have any animals. Everything is good. Everything's fine. Okay.
And then when I knew they were going to eventually turn on me, because we all knew that from the get-go, right? We knew they were going to turn.
That's kind of just gross, too, Phil. You would say that your family members were sick to get out of doing things with them?
Oh,
to get a one-up on them?
Oh, no. It's not to get out of doing things with them. It's to basically have a way to make them believe that everything I'm saying is true. Because no one is going to think that someone's going to just pull that out of their ass. But to beat a snake, you have to be the better snake. Rich. It's the only way to do it.
This is so sad. This is just ego. This is ego and fear. A lot of it is fear. This is so sad.
You have to make them believe the lies. And man, did I pull the wool over their eyes for the last 8 months until finally...
Triple P just tweeted flawless victory. Oh, big ups. I appreciate the heads up. Thank you. So apparently Triple P, I call him Triple P, just tweeted flawless victory.
I had enough. And the truth is, I had enough for 2 reasons. Number 1, the disrespect to my family. And number 2, because I wasn't getting anything out of the collaboration anymore.
Yeah, he's gonna fuck up his own thing with his own people, as well. Like someone said, like his chat is ripping into him and everything. This is bad. Yeah, whether, no matter how you feel about him, can we get some big ups for Triple P?
These guys, all right, have some of the worst...
Let's get some big ups for Rich from Review Tech for not buying any of this bullshit. Let's get some big ups for fucking Kino Casino, Triple P. Can we get some hands, whatever you got in the chat? Or put some fucking Fs for Phil. This is it. The dude is done. Fucking done like dinner. Stick a fucking fork in him. David, thanks for the 5, honey. Phil's end will be done by Phil. Tevin, love your work. This is insane. Big ups to Tevin. Let's throw that in there too. Phil's End will be done by Phil. True words right there from the man, the myth, the legend, Tevin.
Ideas I've ever seen for content. They were pitching ideas that would have worked, but they didn't have any clout to make the ideas happen. They legitimately couldn't make anything work that would have made us money. It was cancellation, denial, cancellation, denial after.
Funny, they told us that they pitched you a bunch of shows and you didn't want to do any of them. And that sounds a lot more like you than it does them. So, what?
After, it was like endless. To the
I'm
point
not
where
a fan of the casino, but they did have the clout and the money to make things happen.
Right. Even if you don't necessarily care for Casino, they do have the clout.
And I think the only person believing this in this stream right now is you.
Correct.
I don't.
Rich,
I mean, how do you do so? You're trying to tell me to believe that for the past 8 months
Phil jumped the smark.
when you were sitting there gifting them subs, simping for them like hours upon hours on end, trying to get them to pay attention to you like they were Beavis and Butthead and you were Stewart, that this was all some big plan to get vengeance on people that if you never affiliated with, you would be in a better position than you are now. You went, Phil, it's just a fact. You saw that there was an opportunity there. They feigned friendship with you. You called Andy Worski your gaming soulmate. You were so into all this to the point that you let them shame you. And now in the end, after all is said and done, you come out on the other end looking worse, and you're trying to tell me that this is 4D chess.
Get him, Rich. Get him.
Come on, Phil.
Rich,
Come on.
I could never possibly come out at the end of anything looking worse. You understand?
I would like a minute for rebuttal. There were times where I didn't think it was true. This is actually making you look worse. Sly is going to have a field day with this. Everybody is having a good day off of this.
Internet, right? Like, I have been the joke of the internet for over a decade.
Yeah, apparently also calling Lex a slut was also part of the master plan. Yes, Jerry. Yeah. Calling her a slut and an ethot and all of this stuff. And that hour that he spent shitting on Review Tech, knowing he was going to need him in the end. Because he knew, remember, he apparently knew he was going to need Review Tech, for this. Dumpy Koala just unfollowed. Oh. Thank you, Optimist, for the 2. From the future, Dumpy Koala just unfollowed on Kick. Oh.
Yeah, no one listens to me. Even when I have valid things to say, they do that stupid meme that's like, oh, the guy that you hate the most or the worst guy you know finally made a good comment, right? So there's nothing to lose. There was only anything to gain. My viewers don't give 2 shits about the drama.
They do.
At all.
They do. And this is really bad.
They don't want the drama.
This is so much better than I hoped for. I thought they were just going to fight with each other. And I was like, that'll be entertaining. That'll bring some lulls. We'll all have a laugh, sure. But this is actually fucking better.
And that's why when it started to get to the point where these guys wanted me to completely change who I was, all of my content into drama content, that's when I basically broke it off and they completely lost their minds because they're so angry that I was the one in charge of the situation all along and not them. All right.
You ended with them because those Grill Phil segments were getting a little too intense for you. You also knew if you didn't leave, you were going to get called the hugest fucking cuck in the world for letting him keep saying those derogatory things about Kat.
Right. Enough of us chatting about this. And you weren't
in charge of the situation. You absolutely weren't. But
he was not in charge of the situation, and he can't stand that he wasn't. This is a nice appetizer before Friday's meal, right?
You feel free to go ahead.
Now I almost don't know what's going to be better, because don't get me wrong, Friday is going to be unbelievable, but the fucking douchebag, this complete fucking regard, and I don't even use that word, he's doing it to himself. I almost think this is yummier. It's almost like we're going to eat, we're going to eat dessert before we get our meal. It's like we're going to switch it up. We're having dessert first. Like, this is so fucking good.
You feel free to chime in. I'm okay with this. All right. You feel free to chime in whenever you want. But the reason you're here is very simple.
Lucky Gremlin, what's going on? I am so glad you're here, Lucky Gremlin. you get to watch, along with us, the absolute self-destruction that's happening. I can't tell you how glad I am that you're here.
This going down, okay? And you were the one who basically started the
Lucky Gremlin's here, y'all. Give him some big ups.
whole thing with me reaching out to them and us reacting to your react. So
Apparently, Lucky Gremlin, Phil knew what Kino Casino was doing the entire time. And so he's brought Review Tech on for some reason to snake the casino. He's going to show us receipts. It's damage control to get in front of Kino Casino.
for your documentary, excuse me. So it's only fair that you be a part of this. You understand where I'm coming from? You think that that's a fair thing to have you here?
Sure, Phil. Let's see what you got, boy. Let's see.
All right. So it's already been said.
Rich is just like over there, like fucking shopping on Amazon and shit. Just like, what should I have for lunch today?
I didn't realize that they had said this, but we'll go ahead and we'll show it anyway.
Oh, you're not really gonna do this. No.
And by the way, because now I'm gonna start showing stuff, everybody. FYI, at the very end of this show, I am going to give you all the links to the raw files that contain all of the DMs between myself, PPP, and Andy, so you can all read them in the entirety for yourself. All right? So that way there's no shot.
There was no night stream last night, right? There was no night stream. This is why. He was doing all of this. It had nothing to do with taxes. Last night was him doing all of this. Flat out.
Doctors, oh, look, he hid something. He edited anything. I've edited nothing. This is all 100% unedited. You're going to be able to watch. And appropriately, they're all nicely in PDF files, which makes sense since those guys have been sweeping for PDFs for quite some time. So now you can read all their logs for yourself online. Okay, so so we start off with the very first time that I ever talked to them. And this, I guess they've already admitted to this, that it was me that reached out to them, okay, in a DM, basically saying, hey, you know, is this the host of Kino Casino? I'm trying to find a way to talk to the guys, but I can't find anything official, okay? And so we had a conversation back and forth. Of course, the first thing we're talking about is you, Rick.
I'm just going to kind of let this play. I have to send a couple of texts and do a couple things on my end. So I'm just going to let this play because you guys shouldn't have to sit here while I pause it.
I saw your vid about Review Tech threatening June the King. Today I have my take on it on my podcast. And I basically used you as the way to bridge that gap and get that initial introduction with these guys. In fact, the whole idea of us doing
So you're the Batman. You're the Batman of drama merchants, going selflessly to take them down.
You can call it whatever you want. You know, you really can. But the point here is, I was the one who initiated the contact. I was the one who actually suggested the react to your documentary. They had kind of alluded to it on their show, but they never thought it would happen because they never spoken to me before. So I contacted them and I said, let's do it. This is a genius idea. I knew that was going to make money for both of us. I knew that was going to be big. It was going to bring me notoriety. It was going to bring them notoriety. I'm the one who put that great idea out there and made it happen. All right? It was me, not them. It was my actual making it happen that started this whole thing and got this popularity train rolling. Now, there's a few pages here and us going back and forth.
Okay, Phil, I got a pin to pop on this. Here's what I think.
Go ahead.
I think you just your hate boner for me was throbbing. You saw that they were wiping the fucking floor with me, and you wanted in on it. And when they embraced you and treated you like one of the whack pack on Howard Stern, you got a taste of more money. You thought they feigned friendship with you, which you bought into. At least is what it seems like. No, better yet, I think it was friendship, and I think you saw that you were getting money. So you, like, your nose was Andy Worski's asshole now must be spread out maybe like another 2 inches because your nose was so deep in there. Like,
that was so good.
What I think you're doing now, as a matter of fact, I guarantee what you're doing now is because you know that this is disastrous for you, that you're trying to be like, aha, all along, it was my master plan. It was not your master plan, Phil.
Okay.
It wasn't. And look, that's fine, but I'm just not going to believe it. I don't think anybody with like a upper double-digit IQ will believe it.
So We have 2 files here, and I'm just seeing if I can actually show you.
He just says nothing. He just doesn't even answer. It's like, nope, you're not going to stop me. Nope, you're not going to tell me anything is wrong. Nope, you're not going to dissuade me. Nope, not going to answer you.
So I don't know if you.
Look, he stayed up all night making all of these. Look at the date. Look at the date on everything. Date modified, 3/18, 3/19, 3/19. Awful ideas. Steve, they're idiotic ideas. This is embarrassing, blah, blah, blah. But look at when they were all done, 3/18, 3/19, 3/18, 18/18. This was all done last night. This is why he didn't stream last night. Wasn't taxes, wasn't bullshit, wasn't to spend time with his wife. It was to do this. Look at this 1/8. Hassel and Steve are idiotic ideas. I don't know what that means. This morning, 1:36 a.m. He was up doing this all night.
You can see them on the screen, everybody. Here, I'm going to try to get this here. So this is the file of me talking with Andy in DMs. Okay, this is all of them, back to back, 182 kilobytes. The one of me talking with PPP.
Taxes would have been much more productive, ELX, I agree.
1,031 kilobytes. Why?
When did you make these, Phil? Right click on them, go to properties. When is the origin date of these?
Where's properties on here? There you go.
You right click on whatever file you're clicking on.
Just made them a couple days ago. Here it is. I got them off of my X archives, and I used a third-party app to turn them into PDF files so that we could actually see them today, because or else you have to be in a web browser to see them. So
yeah, but these weren't even created until just a couple of days ago. The
point I'm making why I brought that up is I almost never talk to Andy at all. Almost never.
That's not what Andy says.
Andy is kind of the guy from what I'm to understand. He's the tech guy, all right? He's the guy that gets everything together, that the data runs the show. But PPP is the guy who actually gets the ideas, talks to people, wrangles them in, etc. I talk to PPP about 40,000 times more than I ever talk to Andy. And it's hilarious because the internet has this misconception that like I'm bros with Andy and we always talk behind the scenes about games. We almost never talked at all. I have endless folders here of me talking to PPP about all the stuff we did. I have a tiny folder of the few things I ever talked to Andy about. It's just
Black Cloud, thank you for the 5. This is like watching a Lolcow version of our Bud Dwyer. You're not wrong.
A complete fallacy. But that's what
you're not wrong.
Want to believe because they want to think that like I was his best friend or something. Andy, I'll be honest, I think that PPP is kind of the brains, while Andy is just kind of the operations. You know what I'm saying? Like, never did Andy contact me about an idea. Never was he the go-between. It was always PPP who was the guy who was talking to me about everything the entire time. Okay? So what I'd like to do...
It was you... What would you like to do, Phil? You were the ones who were trying to make it like they were your best. So you're saying even when you defended them and went to bat for them with the numerous clips that are out there, and on your own channel, I've seen them because you always say it's always the track when they're like, oh, they're just razzing me. This was so you were humiliating yourself to get like a master plan of vengeance back on them.
I 1,000,000% knew they were going to turn on me eventually. There was no way they were never going.
You knew they were going to turn on you, but not for a long time. After that fucking Truth Seekers interview, you're just fucking stupid for continuing after that. But they got you, bro. So his motivation for this master plan was to take down a random drama channel that he wasn't affiliated with. Right, exactly.
Because they've done it to everyone. They've burned every bridge. They do whatever they need for personal gain. And everyone knows this. Like you said, you knew it. Everyone else knew it. But everyone apparently thought I was the dumbest motherfucker on the planet.
You are.
I'm not. I knew exactly what was going on from day one. They seemed to be the only ones who didn't get it. They thought I was that dumb.
You were desperate.
So desperate. His streams before Kino, remember when $50 was good? Remember when $50 a stream was good? And he was hard up to fucking get that. I don't think right before, like pre-Kino, like right there before Kino Casino, I don't think the dude had another 12 months before he wasn't going to be able to pay the shit he needed to pay. I swear to fucking God.
Now, there's a difference between desperation and actually finally taking control of your destiny, which I decided to do for once instead of just being stomped on all day
Phil,
by everybody.
Bro.
The best way to take control of your destiny is to not get yourself involved in that. The best way to take control of your destiny is to do rewards for your audience that isn't you eating pizza. Like those are ways to control your destiny. The way to control your destiny is to make content that's more entertaining. You could say I'm a clown, I'm a buffoon, all you want to, but me getting the tattoo of you near my left ass cheek as you as Dracula from Castlevania is bizarre. Maybe it's a little gay too. That's okay.
You got to appreciate Rich for it. Lolcow Basement, thank you for the 10, honey. He rage kicked me. Well, yeah.
But it's that.
Do we get to? Can we see that? Like, I don't want to sound whatever, but is there pictures of that anywhere?
Like, people want entertainment, and right now you're not. Oh, I know we're going a little off topic.
Everybody is winning so fucking hard right now. Razor Sharp. Everyone is winning except for Phil. This is so sad.
Topic here. You're not offering it. Did you see the video where someone said that you the middle manager, Phil? Did you see that video?
Oh my God, that video is so good.
No, I don't watch any of those videos.
You watch all the videos.
I'm busy.
You watch. Yeah, I'm busy up last night till fucking 2:00 in the morning. Y'all don't want to see it. I want to see it.
It's not this thing here.
It's think about it though. It's not. Don't even take it as an insult. There's truth to it. Where you're talking about a pizza party, like it's like if you're working in commission sales and you hit a goal, but the reward is your audience watches you eat pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We don't get to eat the pizza.
Yeah.
You see where that's insane?
Rich, there's entire businesses on the internet based on people eating food on camera. You realize this, right?
But Phil, okay, I understand what you're saying.
G Curse Productions, exactly. Hardcore, the hardest X to gout that's ever existed. I don't watch those videos, bro. You watch all the videos.
But I was like, let me go see his DSP. You have your DSP tries it on DSP Reacts, right?
Yeah,
that's where you put them. One of them at most got 2,000 views. You probably made like 75 cents off of it.
Yeah, because that's not the business, that's the reward. Get it? I've already raised the funding for it, so I can do it. It's the opposite of what you're thinking.
So then you're solidifying what I'm saying, that the reward for your audience is to watch you eat something that they could drive down the street and get themselves.
Because that's what they want. When they watch me do those videos, they see me try a product that maybe they will then get because they want to try it. And numerous people over the years have said, hey,
I didn't realize Lolcow Basement was rich. Get the fuck out of here. I didn't.
saw you try that, and I went and got it. Man, it was good.
That actually makes it even cooler. You don't have to super chat anything.
Or the flip side, man, I couldn't believe it was that bad. I had to try it for myself, and man, it was really bad. Or, hey, I was going to get that, but I didn't because I saw your video, and now I realize it's bad, so thanks for saving me the trip and the money. But we're not here to argue about the validity of DSP Tries It. We're here.
Oh, 1.6 on Raw, Phil. Almost 3K over on That Being Said. I think Tevin's got 700 people.
To take a look at the receipts.
Can we talk?
It's rich. Oh my God. I'm a little bit, I got quite a bit of skip juice here, but big ups. This is absolutely wild and insane. This is so fucking crazy, dude. And good for you. I don't know what the rest of this is going to say before you get kicked, but yeah.
Can we talk about your
Vulgar display of pink. Thanks for the 3. Big ups, G
microphone
Curse.
setup too as well.
Who cares about my microphone setup? What are you
Glad I skipped streaming to make notes to interview this tard.
Because you've given me a lot of flack about this microphone setup, but this is actually technically the correct way. It ties
in front of me.
Review Tech is here. Review Tech is here right now.
I have 8 months of private conversations with the casino, exposing them for their idiotic.
This is why he canceled his fucking stream last night. He makes it out like, oh, I gotta do taxes. Oh, I gotta do this. Look at when all these fucking accounts are made. He sat up all night fucking doing this shit.
Attitudes, the things that they said to insult people that will get them in hot water. We've got all kinds of. You want to talk about my microphone? You're for real right now.
Well, yeah, because it kind of ties into the like.
Big ups to Rich. Fucking big ups.
I know you're being disingenuous, making it like this is a master plan, and you're even with small things. It's not about who gives a shit about the microphone.
This is so
the
fucking
point is that
sad.
you're disingenuous, Phil. First
Oh
off,
my
you're not
God.
using your. Hold on one second.
Go
Let
ahead.
me finish.
Go ahead. Go
Let me
ahead.
actually, I
Oh,
need
clown mode activated.
a sip of my luscious drink here.
Yeah, Rich, if you're still here, if you don't mind me asking you a question, how in the fuck did you sit through all of this cringe, sir? I'm in physical pain right now trying to get through this. I don't know how you did it for as long as you did. I thought you were going to ghost him. I'll just be flat out. I thought you were going to ghost him. I think I probably would have fucking ghosted him.
You're
Season
using
17
your
is
dynamic
crazy.
microphone right now, like a shotgun mic. Actually, if you watch PPP, he also has a dynamic microphone like you and I have. If you watch other podcasters, this is how you're supposed to have the mic. It's also supposed to be very close to your mouth because dynamic microphones mitigate how much audio is around the room.
I know. I'm well aware
Uh,
of this, Rich. I can do it too.
But you're not though,
Blech,
because
gross.
I'm looking at you right now on screen.
Because I don't want the mic up my ass when I do my podcast, Rich. It
But it sounds so much better when it's closer to your face.
still sounds
So
good, and I don't have
No,
to
it
suck the
doesn't.
mic.
So no, it doesn't. Your mic actually sounds worse than your previous mic. Many people have said it. You're using your mic wrong, and I feel like you're using your mic wrong just out of pride to get back at me and other people that are telling you that Phil, put the mic, get a different stand, put it so it's here near your mouth, and you don't have to have these 8 billion different filters in OBS that makes it sound like you sound like you're going through puberty again.
Mhm.
Your voice sounded significantly fuller and better before.
His voice was actually, his voice is not good, but his sound off of his mic was better before. The camera was better too.
You know, and who cares about the mic stand in and of itself? It just shows, Phil, how you're disingenuous and why I can't believe you about this whole master plan.
The mic is what shows
Yes.
I'm disingenuous. And that's why you can't believe the evidence I'm about to show you.
Yes.
I'm not sure what he kicks Rich for, but he apparently does. So we're going to get there.
Also, we could go into too when you got that
Rich, if you're still here with us, big ups. If not, I totally understand.
mini PC.
But I appreciate you hanging out and talking for a second.
When you just make up facts
Folks,
off the top of your
Folks,
head.
if anything, all right, let it be said. All right, I tried to get Rich involved in this because I thought he would add something. I thought he'd be interested
Oh, is this it right
in what
here?
I've done here. But I guess he's more
No,
interested
I'm
in arguing
interested. I'm
little
interested.
idiosyncrasies of nonsense. This is what he thinks is entertaining to the internet.
No,
This is
It's not
amazing.
idiosyncrasies. It's not idiosyncrasies. Phil, what about? Can I ask a question? Now that mic stand that
He absolutely kicked Rich because he couldn't control the conversation, because Rich wasn't buying the bullshit, because he didn't allow himself to get gaslit and pignatized. Exactly.
boom arm that you got, you realize I actually found it. I have it right here. You spent how many hours and you ended up breaking the boom arm, right? Why do you make your audience
Sit through your fucking tech segments. Look at how red he's getting in the face.
do your work for you instead of you looking up? It's a
Folks.
Shure Broadcast One mic. Hold on,
Folks.
don't say folks. Don't say folks yet. Don't say folks yet. There's a 1:30 mic video. Why couldn't you look that up instead of having a multi-hour stream where your audience's time you have to?
Because Rich knows he doesn't have to. He knows this dude will just act like a fucking clown. All you have to do is be cool, calm, and collected. You don't have to get, all fluffed up about it.
Understand is valuable. Like, I got a flash cart that I found in a drawer. I had to find new firmware for it. Not going to get. Point being is that I looked into things myself, looked it up myself. I didn't fire up a stream and say, "Hey guys, watch me be a dumbass."
He thought I was gonna just buy into all the Kino bullshit and be his sidekick. Get real. Jesus Christ. Again, big ups, Rich. I know you're not called Review Tech anymore. I don't mean any. I don't mean any. Disrespect. Again, I applaud you. Again, this is so fucking cringy. Like it's been painful this whole time.
and look
I frankly don't know how you did
how
it.
to make this flash cart work. These all tie into why anyone with a modest intelligence is not going to be like, man, Phil was getting the one up on them because you. What? Yes, please talk to me, Phil.
For a decade,
Please talk to me, Phil.
you had a channel called Review Tech USA. And in the last 5 minutes that you have wasted of everyone's time, you have reviewed more tech than you did in your entire decade on your own channel.
Oh, you really got him. You really felted him there, you fucking douchebag. Ooh,
Okay.
you got him.
But that still doesn't take
He's got more success than you. You fucking 220.
away from what I'm saying right now.
You are the master of bad timing and
Oh, I think that all belongs to you today, sir.
how to make things that are exciting.
You knew it was going to be just like this. Well, damn, I got fucking felted. I didn't think it was going to be anything like this. I thought this was kind of how the whole thing would be.
Incredibly fucking boring. Good God, man. Don't you understand?
How is it boring when I'm saying things like you?
Oh my God.
You
Dude.
said
Oh, Rich is boring. Oh, I need a minute for rebuttal. Oh my God.
Aliens would be landing outside and you would be talking about how your stove is malfunctioning. Like, what the
Phil-
fuck are you talking about?
Phil,
We are not
aliens would be-
here to talk about a microphone, you incredible buffoon. Could you
You would think you would take advice from somebody, but okay.
stop
But
for
the
5
mic-
I also thought that Rich would just ghost, and I probably would have. But again, big ups to him. He's a better man than I. That's for
No.
sure.
and
Don't
just
get angry.
I wouldn't have shown up. I'd have been like, "Fuck this dude."
I'm
stop
not angry.
wasting everyone's time so we can
Don't
actually
get
talk about the
angry.
subject matter.
I am not angry.
Wasting everyone's time so I can shit talk Kino Casino some more. Okay.
You also talk. It's what I'm trying to tell you, Phil, is that you see why it's hard to
All right.
believe you. You also just recently said you can't have another Castlevania marathon. There's
Rich.
only 4 classic Castlevania games.
Rich,
Is that
We ha-
true, Phil?
we have several topics to choose from. All right, we do. I would like to let you choose a topic that we can delve into first. Okay, which topic would you like to delve into?
Why you're such a piece of shit. Why you're a douchebag. Ooh, things with sharp edges.
We've got Mudahar.
Oh God.
It's a Gundam, which is a nice one because apparently It's a Gundam was coming on their show on Friday. So
Oh yeah, but you wouldn't know anything about that though, right?
you'd be interested to see
Shout-
what PPP has to say about it.
What's he got against Mudahar? I'm not up to date on the lore.
Yeah.
Shout out to It's a Gundam. He's my dude. Continue.
Medicare and how they basically ball suck this guy
Leave that man alone. What the fuck is wrong with you? Well, that's a loaded question.
constantly and think that he's the end all
Exactly. Path 1, Path 2, or Path 3. You want Mudahar, you want It's a Gundam, or you want Mr. Medicare?
field of content. 2 entire folders of their incredibly awful ideas that I had to keep shutting down because they were so bad. PPP incredibly embarrassing himself because he actually thought that like we were like bosom buddies or possibly he's gay. I'm not sure.
Oh, wow. That's okay. Crazy Cat, thanks for the 5, honey. Big ups to Rich for not just saying fuck you and hanging up. He is losing so hard right now. This is so bad.
You know, we'd have to see there.
This is
And then
so
basically how it fell
bad.
apart. Also things that they said about Keemstar that I think you'll find pretty interesting. Or we could just look at the very few things that I talked about with Warski because we barely ever spoke. I'm telling you, like it was such minuscule stuff.
Well, you were trying to suck his fucking dick and he kept trying to get you away from him. That's why you all didn't talk too much, because you can't read the room. You don't understand when no one wants to fucking deal with you. I saw for a half a second those messages, and he's got what we call in the blue. It means there's way more blue, which is what Phil is typing, than what the other person is typing. It means he's rambling on and on and on and on and on, and he barely gets a response.
Where would
any
you like
of
to
those,
begin?
Are any of those as embarrassing as when you pressure your audience to donate so your wife doesn't have to cook dinner?
Rich in here just saying the shit that we all want to say.
Oh, they're actually way more embarrassing because I do that publicly.
Well, at least you admit that that's pretty fucking embarrassing, that you admit that you're too fucking lazy, stupid, inept, and just dooless that you won't do something for your wife.
as an act to entertain.
Rich, if you're still here, Virgil would like to know, how did you not call him a super retard right to his face? And maybe you do, because we're not there yet.
Well, these things were done behind the scenes in good confidence. So that's the difference.
Exactly. Someone stop. He's already dead.
All right, so you know what, Phil? Show me something, man. Show me. Yeah,
there you go.
I want you to show me why you called Strangely Lex a slut too. When I show more skin, isn't matter. I show more skin than she.
That's not in here because that just happened recently. We didn't even talk about that behind the scenes.
Oh, you magically don't have that. I bet you Kino Casino has it. I bet you Triple P has it.
We talked about that on the show. So what you've seen there on.
Yeah, I thought you were going to show us texts. You've showed us next to nothing.
You know, smart guys.
There's nothing to see.
There was nothing behind the scenes to talk about. So.
That was just you being salty, but okay.
So what would you like to...
Staying calm got more out of him. It's true. It's true. I mean, masterfully done. I can't say it enough.
Talk about here. Or should I just pick one? By the way, for the record, everyone's telling me to just dump you from the show because you've already derailed it so poorly.
Who? Bitch, where? What? I see Review Tech USA. This Review Tech USA gentleman is quite reasonable. That's what I see.
They just want me to do this for myself, but I'm keeping you on here out of good faith. So what would you like to...
Oh, it does say here, kick Rich and get Ralph on. Why? Because he won't fucking argue with you? Because he won't fight with you? Because he won't turn into a fucking child?
Phil, you have over 1,300 viewers right now. I'm not seeing... the only one seeing is maybe because a couple people who want Ethan Ralph to come on, but no one's saying to dump me from the show. This is the most viewership... Like, you would need to do, like, 6 streams to get this much viewership.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
They're not here for you, though, Rich. They're not here for you. I hate to tell you.
So you get this much viewership?
Well, at least you're aware.
Viewership every day?
Yeah,
no,
right.
It's because I'm doing what I'm doing right now. I mean, you being on this, you know, I'm doing this as a service to you because I did use...
Oh, get the actual fuck out of here. Eat a dick. I'm doing this for you? Oh, yeah. Rich really needs your fucking help, bro. Okay.
You as the way to get this entire arc started. So I felt like it would be...
You have 2 brain cells, and they're fucking brother and sister. What is wrong with you?
A respectful thing to do to have you on the show while I go through this. But I mean, if you're not interested...
Press 1 if you want me to stay. Press 2 if you want me to go.
So, I mean, if you're not interested, if you just want to talk about mics and shit... We could do that on another show, but that would not be this one. Okay. So what would you like to do?
It's Phil. There's mostly 1s here, Phil. There's only a handful of 2s.
Yep.
Okay. Are you going to pick a topic, or do I pick, or do I dump you?
Why do we just want to watch you? Why do we just want to read texts about you shitting on other people? Get to your wife is sick. Your mom is sick. See, he ain't gonna fucking look at nothing.
Those are the 3 options. You pick, I pick, or you get dumped. What would you like to do?
You could pick a topic and then I'll pick the next one. How about that? Let me ask you a question. Oh no, here's a good one. You keep on saying, even recently in a video you just made a few weeks ago, that I'm on drugs when I don't even take edibles anymore. I haven't for the past 5 months. Why? No,
I believe that. I do believe that you're.
Oh, big ups, Rich. Good for you, honey.
Off drugs right now. You seem pretty coherent and clear. So, you know. Absolutely.
Coming from the drunk. Okay. He doesn't need any kind of words of encouragement from you, bro.
That's true. You're definitely not on drugs.
You just says the man who's probably half fucked up right now.
Yeah. This wasn't even a month ago. It was February 24th. You've even said that I drank weed seltzers. Why would you say things that aren't true, that you don't know about?
From what I've seen on your streams, you were drinking weed seltzers in the past. I don't know specifically what you're referencing, so I can't answer.
Yeah, exactly. If that's what I keep wanting to call him Review Tech. No, if that's what Rich wants to do, then that's awesome.
Phil,
let's fucking go.
Phil, I've never had a weed seltzer in my entire life.
So I didn't know that. Do you want me to pick a topic?
What is a weed seltzer? I don't know anything. I don't know anything about any of that stuff. That's weird. What is that?
Are you gonna pick one?
You could pick it. You didn't know that, but you went with it, though.
All
okay.
Right.
Continue.
So we'll start at the beginning. The whole point here, and this is what I want you guys to understand, is when I started working with the casino, all right?
I'm doing you a favor, Rich, by having you on my show. So pick a topic, or I'm just going to fucking dump you, because this makes fucking logical sense. It's just a drink? Oh, okay.
The big idea was the co-op react to Rich's documentary. And that was the gold mine, and we all knew it, right? We knew this was going to be the big one, right?
It's like Dr. Pepper, but with weed. I love Dr. Pepper. I've never smoked marijuana in my life, so I don't know like anything about any of that stuff when it comes to weed or whatever.
And then after that happened, it's like, well, what are we going to do next?
Bring Rich on? Oh, goodness, no.
And for me, it's like, well, you
That would be funny, but I've never done anything like that before.
guys know what I can do.
I'm pretty fucking tech stupid myself, so I wouldn't even know nothing about none of that.
I play games. I could do that. So anything gaming related, I'm down for. But they said, well, we're the drama guys, right? We're going to come up with all these ideas of guests and things that you're going to interact with. So the very first one they had is let's hit right.
Wheelie Steve, first of all, big ups. Good to see you again. I know you just arrived, and you got to go back to the beginning. Like, I'm sorry. You got to go back to the beginning. Like, there's so much that you've missed. You have missed all of the juicy. Well, maybe not all, but yeah.
Right now, let's strike when the iron is hot. Let's actually get Mudahar to do a co-op with us. We're going to do Chain Together with Mudahar, who's talked about you over.
We don't want to hear about this. Where's the good shit? Where's your wife is sick? Where are the animals? Where's you fucking let your driver's license expire? Where is the good shit?
And over the years. And it's going to be epic. It's going to
You guys would have to see if Rich wanted to go on Truth Seekers with Steve. I just frankly feel like I would be a terrible person. I don't feel like I would be like a good like interviewer. The top dogs, the big dogs might get them. Like maybe that being said or something.
to be so awesome that Mudahar is going to be in the content, okay? And so here it is. We thought that we would do Chain Together.
Like, it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing against Rich at all. He watched one of my videos one time, and I got a laugh out of him. So I'm pretty happy with that.
And, you know, they say Mudahar is going to be in it because he's, like, the biggest guy in their Rolex. Okay, I'm just paraphrasing because we don't want to read word for word here. Like,
yeah, anybody just coming in, like, I appreciate everybody wanting to be you got to go back to the beginning of this. You have to. Put your cringe armor on.
Said I'm gonna drop the files at the end of the show so everyone can read them for themselves.
I'd be good. You'd take no crap. I don't really think Rich would give me any crap. We'd just shit talk this fucking douchebag together. I don't know a lot about Rich, admittedly. I don't have a problem with him. I don't know enough about Rich to be able to form an intelligent opinion on him or say he sucks or he's this or he's that because I don't know. The only person in this, the people that, have dealt with, Keemstar and all the Lolcow stuff, frankly, the only one I find interesting is Phil because he rides this moral fucking high horse. But he's such a fucking narcissist. It's so beautiful.
Word for word. That's why there's dates and everything here. Okay? There was a little bit of nonsense, and it was my fault because accidentally I didn't even know I had Mudahar blocked on Twitter, and I already publicly apologized for that. I didn't know that. So here's what ends up happening. After hyping this up that we're going to do Chain Together with Mudahar, Mudahar cancels last second, literally last second. Now, doesn't tell me why Mudahar canceled, but says, well, we'll try to reschedule, but we want to try to rush it before the end of the month. What ends up happening, all right, is Mudahar.
He clicks on and off of these so quickly.
Literally stops talking to these guys entirely. 100%. Won't answer them, won't get back to them. Then, within one
Devastating.
day...
I'm sure Rich is busy, y'all. Be cool. He doesn't have to sit in here all day. He's a grown man.
Within one day, Mudahar
Everybody be cool.
deletes his entire Twitter account. Now, I had been talking only once. I had a conversation with Mudahar behind the scenes.
This had nothing to do with you, you narcissistic, self-absorbed piece of fucking trash. Mudahar was... I'm not even... We all know.
He publicly apologized to me and said, hey, FYI, if the only thing that's really bad about you is that you've been begging for contributions on the internet and you were a little dishonest with your viewers, I'm okay with... That's fine. Let's jump on. Let's do this, Chain Together gameplay or whatever with the casino. But then within 24 hours, the guy backs out of it and deletes his entire Twitter account. So,
which that had nothing to do with you.
So immediately, the first idea that I'm going to do and work with these guys
That wasn't the reason. Okay, this is boring. That wasn't the reason that he deleted the Twitter account.
Oh, you know what he said? I know exactly what he said. It was because of all the harassment he got. and that people were being so nasty about certain things. I get that. And I'm not saying that's why he deleted his Twitter account. I'm saying this is the first actual thing that happened with these guys.
Review Tech ain't the only. I keep calling him that. Damn it. Rich isn't the only one who's fucking bored. We're all fucking bored of this. Fucking Rich is the only thing keeping, having a pulse on this fucking thing.
Guys, after the
Otherwise, it's just grandpa over here fucking rambling on like he does.
co-op react to your documentary, this is supposed to be our first big thing, and immediately it falls apart. Like, immediately it just doesn't happen. They can't contact the guy. They can't get him back. For some reason, this is supposed to be the biggest guy in their Rolodex. He's ghosting them now. Okay? So now we'll move on.
So what? So fucking what?
I think there was like one more here, but these are just me going through with them saying, look, he deleted his Twitter. I hope that had nothing to do with us. And you know what? So Worski says, I think he chickened out because he can't handle the heat. That's what Worski said right here, that Mudahar can't handle the heat of doing it.
These are all nothing burgers. Where is the damning stuff here?
We're going to go we're going through a
Okay, so Duty uploaded to those who maybe need to catch up or something. Apparently Duty has a video up, and Snort Hogan might have something. The clip channels that you all know and love probably have it if you need to catch up.
lot of stuff. Relax. Relax. And in here,
but this is the boring shit. Who cares? See, you knew he wasn't going to show nothing good.
well, I'm trying to find it. He basically says, I think that, this is Josh Moon. He says that basically the detractors contacted Mudahar en masse, and he thinks that he pussied out because your detractors contacted him. That's what PPP says. Okay?
Screen share that link that I sent you. I want you to explain it to me.
I'm not
sent you a
screen
link.
sharing any links. We're not doing any bullshit that you want to do. It's not your show.
Why?
Okay.
Why?
Oh, wow. Okay.
You're not doing. It's not
I can hash big ups. What's going on, honey?
my
How you
show,
doing?
but you brought me on.
All right. So
I think Phil, I think you thought this is going to be like some battered wife. Like, yes, let's go. I don't care about the kid. I don't really. I don't give a shit. I don't care about.
Oh, well, there goes that.
Okay. So I guess we'll continue on. Let me go ahead and get rid of this. I tried.
Wow, just like that. Wow. 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 This isn't your show. Yeah, we know. You gotta have power. You gotta have control. Well, big ups, Rich. Big ups to you. Wow. Battered wife got to Phil. Well, possibly. I don't know. I think she might be the one who hits him.
Tried, everyone. Really, I did. I tried.
You tried? You tried to what? Almost Craig. He didn't tell Rich to go fuck himself.
Tried to make it entertaining. That man is not entertaining in any way, shape, or form. I really wanted to give it an honest shake, but he's an idiot. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Rich is the one who looks really bad right now. Wink, nudge. Okay.
Wow. I mean, he really did not want to play.
That actually was cringier than when he kicked Craig. I'm actually inclined to agree.
Ball. He did not want to have any
You are a fucking dumpster fire, bro.
fun. That guy is a loser. That's sad because I was trying. I mean, not that I want to be that guy's best friend or anything, but I mean, holy shit.
If he's such a loser, then what? Rich, if you're still here and if you don't mind, which, that's fine. You don't have to, I'm nobody. You don't have to answer my questions. Could you, if you don't mind sharing and, whatever. And if you do, that's fine. Again, who the fuck am I? Did he talk to you about, what did he say when he wanted to have you on the show? He's just like, oh, he's a loser, blah, blah, blah. I'm just kind of curious.
Dude, that was pathetically bad. Why can't you just shut up and just ride what we're doing here
Shut up. He barely said anything. You never let him talk.
and go with the idea? But what else can I say? I mean, that was awful.
Okay. Whatever you say.
Okay. So,
If he was such a loser, yeah, like Sneedberger says here, why do you care about what he thinks if he's such a loser? Then why did you even invite him if that's your opinion? That doesn't make any fucking sense.
let's continue on, everybody.
Whatever.
All right. So up next, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not aware, one of the big
Rich is going to stream later this afternoon. I can't do 12 hours of streaming.
things that's going on right now with the casino is that they're threatening that on Friday, they're going to drop all the logs, which I've already done, and I'm going to give you guys the link in a second, so you're going to have them for yourself.
Well, like Triple P tweeted, flawless victory.
All right? But they're going to have It's a Gundam on.
Yes, like Jerry says, flashback to the beginning. Phil telling the chat to be respectful because Review Tech took time out of his day to attend the stream. And remember what he said a few weeks ago when he took time to shit on Rich for an hour. Be nice to people because you never know what they might be going through. We believe in you. Well, I'm going to have to stream Kino now because holy shit.
This Friday.
So I got to stream Kino tonight.
It's going to be amazing because It's a Gundam and PPP are going to team up.
Yeah.
And they're going to destroy DSP.
Yeah. So come on.
Boy, I bet you guys are going to be really interested.
We are.
About what they had to say about It's a Gundam just a few months ago. Because after we had the situation with Mudahar, okay, we had the situation with It's a Gundam. Now, you guys aren't aware of this because they never publicly announced it or even talked about it at all. All right? So let's take a quick look.
Okay.
It's actually better because you guys will be able to see the logs a lot better now. So this is PPP trying to contact me about a really, this will be a great show to have It's a Gundam on. All right?
Steedberger, thanks for the 2, honey. This was so good. You deserve double.
See, we have it lined up if you want it. It's a potential mega show.
Well, thank you. I appreciate your generosity.
With the size of his audience and the hype that's built for years around the meeting. Worski knew him for years. We could probably control it enough, but he is a detractor through and through and will be trying to score points. I think he has very little charisma or ability to live format, especially in a 3v1 scenario. So the first time that we even talk about It's a Gundam, they're actually insulting him, saying that he has...
You realize they have to get you fired up, right? You realize that they're doing this for you. And It's a Gundam might be a terrible interview. I'm a terrible interviewer. I'm a terrible interview. Okay, that doesn't really hurt my fucking feelings.
Has no real charisma. In a live scenario, this guy will die, right? I think it's very easy to paint him as a spurg and a miserable alcoholic who hates his life and is pissing it away. It's a big limelight, and it's a live scenario. We have him agreed, and it's an easy booking. And basically, I said, yeah, this guy, has been desperate to come at me for years and years and years. He's been in Andy's DMs from day one, begging for your blood. We told him to fuck off about 3 times, but he just keeps...
Yeah, that's basically all it is. It's just them trying to get him fired up. Oh, we'll say this guy's an alcohol. We'll say this and that and blah, 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 blah. It's to get Phil, into it.
Asking. He tried to talk us out of doing shows with you from the beginning. Wow, this sounds like an amazing collaboration, right? So I agreed to do it. And then immediately PPP says, oh, I'll be honest, I didn't think you were going to say yes. That's the show that we're going to make as soon as possible. We will have over 10,000 people watching live, guaranteed. All right? The biggest show any of us has ever done. I'm not kidding. It will make us all 1 million views. And I'm like, really? You think so? Slot out a couple of hours. He's desperate. He's obsessed.
Look at the time of all of these, by the way. I want you to look at the times on these messages. Lucky Gremlin, thanks for the 10, honey. Have a feeling Friday will be a good day. Oh, it's going to be a great day. Twice Stan, thanks for the 5. I fell asleep for about 10 minutes. Did Phil reveal his master plan? No, he just decided that Rich wasn't fun to play with because Rich couldn't get caught up in the pignosis, so he kicked him. So now we're just sitting here watching Grandpa reveal receipts about shit that nobody fucking cares about. None of the good stuff. So honestly, you can probably fucking skip this if you want to. Kino's gonna get to the good shit on Friday.
He's definitely...
They might do it tonight. I don't know.
He's gonna do it. All right? So basically, PPP is running It's a Gundam through the dirt here.
To you, you idiot, in your private messages to get you fucking riled up and get you on board with it.
All right? Our audience loves more than anything on earth a live confrontation between two people. So he's still trying to sell it to me. He says, I may be even undervaluing it. If you insult him about his drinking and hiring prostitutes, I think he will spiral. Keep in mind, I don't even know anything about It's a Gundam. At all. Nothing. I know nothing about this man. This is the first time I'm even learning anything personal about him. I know nothing about my detractors. So he's sitting here telling me he's a drunk. He likes whores. He's a loser. He's going to fall apart on the show, and we're going to 3v1 this guy, and we're going to destroy him, right? And I'm like, Jesus. I mean, if this is really what they want, you know what I'm saying? If this is really what they want, I guess I'll do it. Okay, so I agreed to it.
This is wild.
Maybe the correct play is just to let him do his spiel. It'll expose himself. Don't treat him seriously at all. Let him do a tantrum, right? I'll do more research on him. This seems like easy pickings. So he is their detractor's golden child. And if he struggles, they will punish him.
Okay, but you don't know what they're saying to Gundam. All you know is what they're saying to you.
So essentially, PPP is completely setting up It's a Gundam. 100%. That's the point of this original appearance, was that they were trying to set him up. So that
But you don't have the DMs between Kino and Gundam. So you don't know. All you know is what they're telling you about Gundam and what they're telling you.
he would be embarrassed publicly. Okay? So what happens? Basically, I said, you sure I'm not going to
Look at the time of these messages, by the way.
get fucked in the whole deal because I don't really know too much about it. And they assure me, no, you're not. Now, this is the first time that I told them, I really
So I'd like to tell you something, but it's personal, and it's the reason why I'm so guarded about
can't be
the whole thing.
villain of the
I
internet.
need him to
'Cause
zoom
this
on
PPP
these.
wants me to be the villain. Let me explain the narrative here. All right. PPP wants me to be the villain of the internet. He wants me to portray myself like the worst person possible for drama views. And he thinks that if I did that I would absolutely explode in popularity. I'd make 10 times more money.
Someone in his chat says, bring on Cat. I call her triple sized. That's fucked. Oh my God. 220 Unhinged, thanks for the 5, honey. I hope Kino and It's a Gundam destroy this lying sack of shit. This is what I need to cure my COVID. Didn't know it was a sickness still. Oh, goodness. I hope you feel better. Digital Melanin, thanks for the 220. How can somebody be so dumb? I don't know, but let's just roll around in it a little bit.
10 times more views, all right? And I explained to PPP, listen, I can't do that. Why? Because I got a wife, and she's not been feeling well, and she found religion, and she doesn't want me involved in this kind of drama stuff, okay? Now, you guys already know, because I already told you this, some of that is true. Actually, last year, Kat actually did have some health problems, all right? So,
But you just said at the beginning that was all fake and that was all bullshit, but now it's true. Okay, I'm just trying to keep everything straight.
you're going to see me talking about some of that in these logs, all right?
If you ever fucked me on it, it would be the last time we spoke. But I think you would totally clear the air on why I'm apprehensive about stuff. I can't fuck you on it. I think there's too much potential. If you can't promise to keep it private, that's fine. I appreciate your honesty. I'm still going to do business with you regardless. Okay, here we go. So my wife is sick and has... Damn, I need him to move.
But in reality, and by the way, I can take off these headphones now. Thankfully, okay? Basically, I don't want to change myself to be completely a drama guy. I'll do drama, all right? But these guys are trying to push me to the absolute extreme. They're trying to make it so that I will be hated by everyone on the
I agree, Zero Gaming Network and big ups. How you doing?
internet, but it doesn't matter because I'll make big money, all right?
Okay.
So basically, I was like, I'm going to make something up. Now, every good lie starts with a nugget of truth. So what's the truth? Well, my wife had been feeling ill last year. She did have some health problems. That's actually why she stopped appearing in my content for a while.
That's a big fucking lie, and we all know that's a big fucking lie.
But that's not ongoing. But they don't know that. So what do? You tell the sob story. She's not feeling good. She found religion. I can't be the villain. All right?
Who says that their partner found religion? Who uses this as an excuse? What?
Can't go that far. Now, what's funny is PPP bought it so bad that he's telling me that he's going to send people over to tip me, which is kind of funny because I don't know if you guys are aware. That's actually why she stopped push me. Actually, last year, can't be the villain of the internet. Okay, so I agreed to it.
I'm trying to catch.
Maybe the correct play is just to let him do his spiel. It'll expose himself. Don't treat him seriously at all. Let him do a tantrum. Right? I'll do more research on him. This seems like easy picking. Basically, I said, you sure I'm not going to get fucked? That's actually why she stopped appearing in my content for a while.
Crazy Cat, thanks for becoming a member, honey. I appreciate you.
But that's not ongoing. But they don't know that. So what do? You tell the sob story. She's not feeling good. She found religion. I can't be the villain. All right? I can't go
This is too good. Take my money. Well, I appreciate your generosity.
That far. Now, what's funny is PPP bought it so bad that he's telling me that he's going to send people over to tip me, which is kind of funny because I don't know if you guys are aware. Nobody tips on Kick. Kick is just so.
He's trying to give you some solid advice right there. You should take some time off if you can. 6 days is too much. People can't miss you if it's either don't or never go away. That's true right there.
So I don't even really know what he was like saying there. Maybe he was again.
Mommy G, thanks for the 5. So now that Kat's better, why isn't she on your content? Because he's not doing the documentary anymore and they don't have to fake like they like each other.
Maybe it was true. Maybe he actually felt bad, or maybe he was trying to glaze me even further. Like, oh, I'll try to send even more people your way, even though at this point, we're talking early October. Some of the momentum was already slowing down. Because remember, this had all started in August, okay? So anyway, we continue on. And so he says it changes perspective on the situation, but nothing changed after this, okay?
Nah, dude, please listen to me now. I am a happy man and have a happy life. It's not perfect, but it's a good one. I'm not asking for anything from you, and I think this could backfire if you guys push too hard or it gets suspect. Let's chill a bit and make it go naturally. Like tomorrow night, I'll be streaming WWE Champions when you guys will be live. And it's the big annual Zombies event. You guys love that already. So maybe watch me poll or something, lol. Then maybe go over next week and mention me a few times. But while that's going on, let's plan the Gundam thing and maybe some gameplay if it works for you guys.
So I clear out my slot or whatever. All right, here we go. Here is the results of what happens with PPP and Gundam. Get this. After all of Gundam's tough, scrappy dude talk of let me at him, he bitched out of the interview. I think he's legitimately scared because it became real.
I highly doubt that It's a Gundam is scared of Phil. I don't think anyone is. I don't think 6-week-old kittens are scared of Phil.
That's what PPP has to say about everything. He says, first, this guy's a bitch. This guy, you're going to destroy him. Here's all the stuff we can use against him. Then he says, after all this time that he's begging us to do stuff, he bitched out. He's a wimp.
He's obviously going to tell you that. He's playing you, bro. These messages show that you're being played. Oh, he backed out. He's a pussy. What a bitch,
And here it is, right in black and white. This is not me making it up. This is not hearsay. This is them actually talking shit about It's a Gundam super strongly, okay?
Yeah, but what were they saying to Gundam about you? You don't know that part. They're about to get that part. And they're definitely going to now, since now you've brought this up.
Okay. So, anyway, basically...
He's not leaking any good DMs. These are DMs right here of fucking Phil and Triple P talking about a Gundam interview, which who the fuck cares?
He says he has bigger problems to handle, So we're just going to go back to the drawing board. I'm going to go after Medicare. All right. And that's really the end of the It's a Gundam stuff. Now, all of a sudden,
I want to see what's going on with your wife, what's going on in your house. What about the Down from the Rafters? Apparently, you admit that you still have your Down from the Rafters account. You talk about all these animals. I don't want to see anything about Mutahar. No disrespect to Mutahar. I don't want to see anything about It's a Gundam. No disrespect to It's a Gundam. I don't want to see anything about Triple P. No disrespect to Triple P. I want to see about you, sir.
all right, all of these months and months and months later, 7 months later, 6 months later, however many it's been, oh, now It's a Gundam is
Apparently, Kuki Koala pieced out, so
their best friend, and he's going to
whoever that was.
be on the show to Felt Phil. Do you want to know why? Because it's shooting fish in a barrel.
The DMs are to show that Kino Casino isn't nice to people. That's all it wants. Yeah, no shit. I mean, of course they're going to say that kind of stuff to this asshole.
When It's a Gundam was
Because they know how to talk to people.
presented with, hey, have a neutral show with Dark.
But if this was the plan all along, then why would you say things like, I swear to God, if you ever show these, I'll never talk to you again. I swear to God, if you show anybody about any of this stuff.
Darkside Phil and you'll go at it, he declined, couldn't do it, can't handle it. But now he's their friend because now they're going to team up against me. So says a lot about It's a Gundam, says a lot about the casino, who literally sat there.
Not really. It doesn't really say anything about any of them. They might have never had It's a Gundam ready to go. They might have told you they had Gundam ready to go and then told you he bitched out. How the fuck do you know?
Talking shit constantly about It's a Gundam to make this happen, telling me this is going to be it. We're all going to make money. It's going to be giant.
So you can't talk shit about somebody and then have them on your show? What did you just do, you complete fucking moron? You have the IQ of a fucking soap dish. You shit on Rich all the time and just had him on your show. But now you're trying to say that Kino was talking shit about It's a Gundam, but now he's going to be on the show. You literally just fucking did that, asshole.
And then they couldn't make it happen. All right? So I want you to think about this. I come up with the idea with the review tech thing. Okay? It works. It's giant. It's huge. I make it happen. It blows up. It's ginormous. Their first two big ideas are let's do a co-op with Medicare. Excuse me, let's do a co-op with Mutahar. Let's do a co-op with, or an appearance with It's a Gundam. They flop. The one thing we did do together that did okay was the appearance with Josh Moon. All right? Josh Moon being the head of Kiwi Farms. And that did okay, but I don't really think that went the way that, was going to blow up. I think people wanted it to blow up, and it didn't. Okay? So it is what it is. But the point is, they keep coming up with some of the most half-assed, cockamamie ideas over and over, and they keep telling me to do them, and I'm like, are you crazy? This shit isn't going to work. So just a couple more dumb ideas that they came up with that didn't come to fruition.
Which they already talked about, so you're not showing us anything new.
Then we're going to talk about, you guys are talking about the whole PPP thing offering me a trip to Florida. Oh, you'll like this one. You'll like that one. And then, because I'm going to show you the truth about that. We got so much to go through, but the thing is, I don't know if we'll have enough time to go through all of it, but I think you're seeing the point here. But
not really. You haven't really shown anything.
We'll get to the end.
I don't know what the hell I got all excited about. I should have fucking known better. I guess I fucking got scammed.
And then you'll understand how this all, actually came to the end as it did. So what's the next big idea? Well, man, we're kind of running out of ideas. Can we get Frank Hassel to come visit you? No. Frank Hassel, the guy who infamously harasses people to get content, who went to Boogie's house, who does all this stuff and basically has no boundaries. Of course, I don't want Frank Hassel to be involved in, because then he's going to start doing all that stuff, right? So obviously this is not a good idea, but this is their harebrained ideas. Frank Hassel. Let's get him to show up.
Hey, watching your show tonight, but I don't think I should talk in your chat because it brings so much negative attention. Another idea. I guessed on your show while drinking, likely no filters for 2 hours or more, depending on how strong and how much. But I'd hope this would get me some views too. I only drink on stream a few times a year, and this time I won't require contributions. I'll just drink casually and go with it. What would be the best unfiltered stuff? FYI, I'm not sexist or racist, but I'm jealous. Lol.
Right? And do either content or show up at your house, right? Like, no, I don't. I'm not gonna have that happen. Now, just to clarify, because this has happened years ago too, I just gotta clarify for the purpose of this video, folks. I live in a private community for a reason. I live on a private road. It's gated. All right. No one is allowed to come into this community without permission from one of the residents. Okay. If you come onto this property and you're not actually
Right. His great idea is to drink without asking for money, like he should get a fucking Purple Heart for that.
supposed to be here, we call the police and you get trespassed off the property and removed. I would never, ever let someone harass me or ever at my house. I would just stay inside, call the police, and send people off to jail where they belong. It's that simple. Okay. So never was I going to get involved with someone like Frank Hassel, regardless. It never was going to happen.
None of this proves he had a master plan because he didn't.
But, I mean, this is the harebrained cockamamie scheme that these guys are coming up with. You know what I'm saying?
Rich's channel is Lolcow Basement.
Like, this is your
If you guys want to sub to Rich or whatever, it's Lolcow Basement.
genius plan of what you want me to do next. Okay. Now I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, like people are going to fucking go to Shawshank for trespassing. Okay, guy. Whatever you say.
If the next one is.
You guys smell that? Smells like bitch in here.
Oh, let's see. This is.
Come on, Grandpa.
Oh, yeah. So. Oh, yeah. And by the way, just for the record, he did say.
Funny how we're not showing much of what he says. He clicks on him and zooms in really quick.
It's a Hail Mary that would get a lot of eyeballs if you had Hassel, like show up. My audience would go A-ship to see him on the show. He says, if you don't
Is this the whole day or is this just the podcast, by the way?
open the door and call the cops, it would be a massive win.
I smell bacon. Yeah, bitch bacon.
So basically, what he's saying is he wants to have Hassel show up so I could call the cops and Hassel can go to jail. Why would you do that? Why?
Exactly. The Keno Casino knows they got to drop the whole thing. This guy thinks that just because he took some screenshots and fucking edited them, that this is going to work. And this absolutely is not.
Would you want him to show up and go to jail? So that's what I mean. Like the stuff he's coming up with is just so ludicrous, right? Why would I want to participate in this stuff? Okay. So anyway, continuing on, he basically wants to, what is this? Some magician he wanted to get on the show or something like that, who I've never even heard. A guy with puppets and magicians. Oh, wait, this is Steven. This is the first time he told me about Stephen Cambion, all right, or Cambion. Now, you want to talk about another bad idea, all right? For those who don't know.
Oh, everybody knows.
Steve Cambion, who is the guy who runs that Truth Seekers show, who they've had on their show a couple of times, does the UFO stuff, all right? He basically tries to expose people who are lying about UFOs and extraterrestrials and stuff like that.
Right.
So he pitches to me that I should do an interview, but I should interview Steve on my show, all right? And I'm like, I don't think that this is something that would make sense because, why would he be on my show? I'm not even interviewing people anymore, but maybe I would do it anyway. I would do them the favor. The thing is, we kind of got busy with doing like Smart Guys and stuff like that. Okay. And then eventually what ends up happening is PPP contacts me behind the scenes and gets me to do this interview with Steven. Okay. And the interview, as you know, wasn't really an interview. It was just an attack session. All right. Now, the bummer is I can't show you the one little conversation we had about it before because this was actually took place verbally after we had filmed an episode of Smart
Oh, magically things took place verbally.
Guys. But there was a conversation.
Honestly, this detractor that joined is such a spurg, and he gave you the dub. I think when Broside went on Truth Seekers, good work. It says owner, but I think it's you owned them and they got nothing from you. Owned. Okay, he corrected. You owned them. They got nothing from you. You helped him huge, and you took no real damage. And this will be big in clips, I think. We might be able to do a polygraph fundraiser. People really believe now. Honestly, didn't get anything new. Then Phil says something waste of my time.
Basically, I said, so you want me to go on Steve's show? I guess I'll do it. But, what's it going to be? And he said to me, oh, this is just going to be like a softball interview.
I like how huge he's got himself. There's no chair condom so that we can see these in full. Isn't that interesting? How we've got the whole big shot. We're not going to the green screen so that we can see the whole thing. And like 70% of his messages are covered.
And when he told me that, I 100% knew that it wasn't going to be a softball interview. I knew that he was kind of starting to snake me. But here's the thing. We had been planning stuff behind the scenes the entire time. That Steven interview, all right, was not legit. I knew going into it that he was going to bring up drama. I knew that he was going to be talking about the drama. Like,
no, you didn't.
It wasn't like he blindsided me and snaked
Yes, he did.
me. The point was
that you got fucking owned.
that we were supposed to milk the detractors, okay?
Oh, okay. And how are you supposed to do that exactly? Because these are all very specifically cuts. These are all very cut and curated to where where Phil isn't really saying very much.
Yeah, see, he's talking shit.
And a lot of his shit is covered.
About Broside Phil, who showed up on that show. And basically says, I owned them. When I'm like, I know I didn't own them. I came off poorly on that show because it was just the same retreaded shit, right?
See, nothing that Phil says here. There's no context to any of this.
So here we go. After the show ends, I basically say to PPP, listen, I didn't appreciate the way that show went down, and here's why. If I had known that he was going to go as hard as he did in that True Seekers interview, I would have actually given him more to work with. We actually could have worked together to blow this up bigger. As it is, all that's going to happen now is the same detractors are going to show up to his streams and probably throw him money, similar to what happened with Side Scrollers after they did their interview with me. Okay? Well, here's his response. You made the guy's career, and I really like him. I want him to do well. I appreciate you doing a good favor. I think it's going to bring attention back to the DSP ecosystem and energize your supporters, and there's future business in it. We subverted the detractors. My guy is their new hero, and we can take their money now. So he's outright saying here, yes, the entire thing was orchestrated. We're only doing it to milk the money from the detractors.
And that's fine if that's what they want to do. If detractors wanted to go over to Truth Seekers and give Steve money, if that's what they want to do, then that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I like how this is a little screenshot here, of only what Triple P says, and it doesn't say anything that bad. We can take their money. Yeah, but you can only take someone's money on YouTube anyway if they're willing to give it to you. I can't reach into my fucking computer and take $1 from everybody right now if I wanted $1. That's not how that works.
It's not that Steven actually did research, got anything interesting.
I think Steve did a lot of research.
Know that anyone who talks shit about me essentially is going to make money from my detractors. So the whole Steve thing, I was aware of ahead of time. It was complete setup on purpose to milk the detractors, but the detractors are too stupid to figure that out. So they still kept going to Steve's streams to give him money. So literally anyone who comes to Steve's streams to have to go through the same shit about me, the same retreads, the same crap, okay? It's the same stuff, man. And he's only doing it to milk money from you. Just like Stuttering Craig milked the detractors for about a year there. And people kept going back and throwing him money every time he did a stream about me.
And that's their choice to do. Why are you pocket watching everybody? If I want to go and give Steve $20 and go and give Rich $20 and go and give Craig $20, I can do whatever the fuck I want to do with my money. You just sound really mad that it's going into everybody else's pocket except yours. But you knew not to ask for money to do the show or you would have looked like a huge piece of shit.
So it's like I've said, this is not anything new. It's just that my detractors are so fucking brain dead.
I don't know how this makes us brain dead. Folks on YouTube can give money to whomever they want.
That they don't understand that they're being milked every single time that this is happening. Now, you might wonder.
I think Steve made the money that he made off the interview because he did a really great job. And it was really funny and it was entertaining. And that's, believe it or not, Grandpa, that's our job on here, to be entertaining.
You know, why did I do this, right? Because I wanted to keep the grift going. All right, I did.
Oh, yeah, you wanted to keep the grift going. Okay.
I wanted to keep...
You limped away from that fucking interview, bro.
...going where I was going to do stuff with the casino from time to time. I was doing smart...
So boring. You're scared of Rich. You will always suck.
Guys, smart guys at least was doing all right. And I was really hoping...
You don't get it. Phil feels entitled to that money. Oh, yeah, he does. Yes, he does.
Hoping that we were going to get a situation where we would get another...
I agree, Optimus. I've never seen... This is like the slowest, like just self-destruct ever.
Another big thing that was going to happen. But once this thing happened with Steve, I'm going to be honest with you guys, this was the beginning of the end for me back in February, because I was like, there's absolutely no way after this that these guys are going to come up with any good ideas.
And I think that up until this interview, which took place on February 13th, I think this dude was completely under Kino's fucking spell, and then this happened. And I think after this happened, I think the guy got a little apprehensive and a little because then a couple times he would go on his podcast and he'd say, well, I realize we're not friends. I know that this is just a working, relationship.
In fact, the next thing that PPP told me that he wanted to do out of this, all right, was so dumb. Basically, they want me to make Steve the villain of the DSP universe, all right? Here. My plan was to perhaps build up a show where you and Steve will debate a random topic each week and play a co-op game, doing random challenges.
Yet again, nothing that Phil said, and this is very perfectly clipped here to just get that. We don't get the whole screenshot, so we get no context. This has been clipped.
Against each other, and that you guys would split the money.
So we don't get to see what Phil says before this or after this.
So what does he do? He's turning it into like fucking a Nickelodeon game show. He really thought that having me on Steve's show and him just doing the usual detractor shtick, which is what he did, was then going to set up the DSP supervillain universe where Steve was going to be a villain to me. And we were just going to talk shit and play games, and it was all going to be staged. That's probably the worst fucking idea I've ever heard. There was no way that was ever going to work. No one was ever going to believe that. That is the most half-assed cockamamie.
Yes, he is. He's sharing very curated, very calculated, very specifically placed with this big, wide camera angle where you can't see a lot of his kind of stuff. 220 Unhinged, thank you for the 2. Cherry picking. Exactly.
Stuff. And the thing is that a lot of people don't know, all right? PPP really is jealous of and wishes that he were Keemstar. He wishes that he could set up his own Lolcow universe where he could pit this person versus this person, and they could do drama, and they could do all this crap. That's really what he wishes. He wants his own Lolcow Live, and then another show, and then another show. That's what he's trying to build up. All right? But it's just an awful idea. It's the same as taking a photocopy of something and taking a photocopy of the photocopy and taking a copy of the copy of the copy. Eventually, the copy looks like crap. And this is exactly what he was trying to do, was copy other people's ideas and run with them and see if they would work, but they never would. Now, admittedly, you guys know, all right, I, at one point, had issues with Keemstar. And I don't anymore because I had Keem on my show back in August. And when I did, we hashed shit out, and I feel it went really well. And now we leave each other alone. We are amicable. All right. I actually have no issue with Keem. Now, would I ever do any long-term work with Keem or anything like that? Probably not. Right? Everyone says, will you ever go on long?
You can't make somebody, be on your show for an hour without fucking without fucking blowing up and fucking hanging up on them.
I'll call live. Would you ever do that? Probably not, because I don't like being indebted to anyone particularly. All right? I don't.
Yeah, you don't want anybody else in control. You really just want the dents and the whales in control of your destiny, don't you? Smitty Weberman Jensen, thanks for the 2. How can someone pick every bad option every time? I don't know, but we are seeing it. We are seeing it live and in color.
I don't want to sign a contract and now I'm locked in and I'm stuck, doing something that I don't want to do. And I feel like if I did that with Keem, sadly, I might get stuck in something I don't like and I don't want to do it. And then I'm not going to put my heart into it. All right. But I've said time and time again over the last many months that I feel that Keemstar knows what he's doing with his content, and I now respect him. All right. There's a difference between, I don't like the content that he puts out, but I respect him for being a good businessman and making the content that, is bringing the butts to seats or whatever. All right. But I'll tell you, man, PPP has a major problem with Keemstar. I don't know why, but he absolutely does.
So what? Who cares? What does this have to do with anything? Wasn't this supposed to be about how you knew this all along? I thought you were going to show us things. Notice how much blue is in these little clipped things that he has here. Notice it's very few of his own messages, and they're very, very clipped, very specifically.
All right.
So what if PPP doesn't like Keemstar? Who the fuck gives a fuck?
Oh, just to give you some evidence of this.
We don't want evidence of this. Who cares? This is getting worse and worse and worse and more boring. My patience for this is fucking wearing thin.
This is when Keemstar publicly apologized to me on X, and this is actually what happened, is that he ended up then being on my show as a result and having that really good interview back.
If you can't tell that this is someone trying to fluff you, you're really fucking stupid.
What was it, August or September?
And notice once again, we can barely see what Phil said, the way that this is, and he won't move the camera. He won't move the camera angle or put his little chair condom on and get a green screen going. Notice we can barely see what he has to say.
He immediately contacted me to say, Keem apologized to you. It's disingenuous, but he knows he's taking big L's because you're a success lately. This is the wrong one. Hold on. It went to the wrong one. I'm trying to get them in order here.
I'm losing my patience with this. I'm not using skip juice or anything, but I'm absolutely losing my patience here.
That's the wrong one. Sorry. So basically, what ended up happening was PPP kept saying bad things about Keem. And I basically said, well, how can I play into his good graces and make him feel like this is something that I'm going to snake Keem? So I said, I'm playing Keem so hard, wait until you see where this goes. Because I knew from what I'd seen, PPP didn't like Keemstar. So I fooled him into thinking that if I had Keemstar on my show, that it was going to be like an aggressive thing, and I was going to destroy him or whatever. All right? So here he is. God bless you, fuck Keem. I honestly thought just a little bit after his apology, maybe something fun could happen with him, but he's truly a piece of shit. Right? And then we were talking about when Keem was on the drunk stream or whatever. So here's an interesting one. All right? All I'm going to say about this one, because this is not one for me to fully talk about. All right? Because I'm not the only person involved in this one. All right? But basically, back in the fall, okay? An opportunity was presented to do content, all right? An interesting piece of content at that. That likely would have worked. Likely would have actually gotten big attention, big support, all right? Now, it just so happened that this idea was presented when I was on my day off. So I didn't even know that it was going on because I was spending time with my family, etc. This is what happened behind the scenes that day. Before I even had a chance to do anything, I get a private message from PPP. Kim added you to a group chat without talking to me first, or without me talking to you first?
I will ask you guys before I go any further. We're not going to get anything good. We're not going to get we're not going to get what is going to happen on Friday. So do you want me to slowly start using the skip juice and see where this is going? Or do you just want me to keep playing it full? I'll do whatever you guys want. But if I get an overwhelming, want to use, because we got a fuck ton of skip juice. If this is what you want, then I will do that. But I'll see what you guys want to do.
Wait, why does he have to talk to you first? I don't get it, right? Why does Dad have to talk to you first? I'm the person involved. I'm the one who's getting an offer.
Because he's not going to show us what we want to see. He's not going to talk about what we want to talk about. He's barely showing us what he's saying. Review Tech is going live now. Thanks for covering the interview. Hey, big ups to Rich, and we'll go from there.
Why does he have to? Are you my?
Yeah, he's not revealing anything. He's not gonna reveal anything. We're talking about Mutahar and Keemstar and It's a Gundam, and again, no disrespect to any of them, but we're just gonna start skipping around a little bit here. Here we go. Here we go.
It's crazy, but it's something fun that we could do. Maybe we could meet Hogan. Okay.
Oh, this is when he said that he was gonna, take money to give him money to go to Florida or whatever, Thanks for the offer. My last trip was when I went to go get married, blah, blah, blah. Since then, it hasn't been possible because I went through the bankruptcy and financially hasn't been feasible. Now, the way things are going, the possibility of having a honeymoon might actually happen. It's just something we've never even thought would happen for the longest time. These are just big fucking nothing burgers. If this were 10 years ago, I'd take you up on it in a heartbeat. I did shit like that on a whim, blah, 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 blah. I'm very much tied down. We don't know. Can't leave my wife behind. But we know that he offers to pay for the wife.
Stuff like he's your gaming soulmate and shit like that. But I mean, if anything, when I talk to him, he would be afraid of stuff. Like, for example, in this case, right after we had done like the first appearance, all of a sudden their clips channel put up a clip of me on the channel. And Andy was legit terrified that I was going to see that and think that they were snaking me already. And he didn't want this initial relationship to end. And he kind of reached out to me apologizing profusely for that. Oh, sorry, that was a mistake. Right. And then we were talking about gaming collabs. This is another thing. We keep talking about every once in a while games and gaming.
Once again, 12:30 in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning, almost 2 o'clock in the morning. These are texts with Andy. Now look at all the blue. Look at all of Philifer's blue and look at the 2 little responses.
Collabs and things like that, but they never happened. And again, I don't know if that was just a case where they thought that gaming collabs would not work.
And he shows them for 2 seconds and that's it.
The logs that I have with him are 100 kilobytes. The logs I have with PPP are over a megabyte, so it's 10 times more. I talk to PPP than him.
Who cares why they unfollowed on Twitter?
Appeals. His DMs are closed. If you offer a specific date, week or 2 from now, it might put on another.
This is Medicare. You need to just leave that man be.
It's a Gundam, which they claim is going to be the slam fucking dunk of content. Cancels, won't do it, bitches out, and then they destroy him behind the scenes, calling him a pussy.
Grandpa's looping.
Okay. So, this is basically where things start to fall apart, all right? And basically, and again, you're going to see when you read through the logs, which all of you will, me saying things, about my family members and stuff. He wants, we're talking about flying places. I say, I can't fly because I don't have a real ID. My mom is sick and all this stuff. Again, it's the same.
I don't have a real ID. Come on, give me some of that.
Same spiel, just trying to continue on and get out of doing the shit I don't want to do because it's
dumb
shit that he keeps bringing up, okay? So basically, I said to PPP, all right?
Come on, give us something, man. You got to give us something.
Are you snaking me on Tuesday with Steve and you got your dates wrong? There's tons of people in my chat saying Steve will come on the casino on Tuesday, but that's when we do Smart Guys, so I have no idea what's going on. In my opinion, I'd be hurt if this were the case, but not surprised. And again, you guys have done so much for me. I move on and ignore it all, but it would be nice to know if we're actually doing our show. So even thinking that after the Steve show, which was a snaking, that PPP might snake me again, all right? PPP says, no,
Pixar just said on Twitter, what if Triple P never intended to release the DMs and Phil just felt it himself to death? That would be unbelievable. But I hope he didn't fucking edge us and then we don't get anything, because that'd be really fucking shitty. How does he have a bank account? I kind of feel like he let his driver's license expire.
He's screaming, right? From the beginning, we presented you as a big, not something that you would expect for content on the internet that's going to be popular. Everyone would have cringed. So at this point, I'm like, dude, I gotta find a way to get out of here. Really, like, I have to get out of this situation at this point. Okay. So I said, so here we go. Opinions on the last Smart Guys are split. Of course, it's doing incredibly well. Once you find the proper balance, it'll work. But we need to shorten the show. I need to know the topics of Grill Phil earlier so I can prepare, and the show will go better. And here we go. You laughing at the joke of my wife looking like Piper Niven was not cool, even if it wasn't intentional. I'm not trying to cause problems, but next time I'm going to say something and it's going to be uncomfortable. I have more than enough shit going on, and you know that. All right? So I do confront him about him saying shit about my wife. Because this was actually the first time he had ever done it in front of my face. Up to now, the only time he had ever said something about my wife, okay, was actually on his content. So I wasn't even aware.
That's true. You can have like a state-issued ID and not a driver's license, but he's had cars. I don't know if he just elected to get an ID and not a driver's license, but...
People would send me clips. People would say, are you aware he's insulting you here, there, left, and right? And I'd be like, no. But then again, I'm not really paying attention. I'm not watching the casino every day. I have no intention of watching the casino every day. I don't want to be involved in that, right? But then he's sneak dissing me and my wife there, and then he's doing it on Smart Guys, right? So he says, let's take it back to the basics of wrestling. Okay? This is the rabbit conversation, which you guys are going to find, which is all bullshit. I needed to delay Smart Guys. I didn't want to do it that night, so I just made something up, and he believes it because he's, gullible. Now, here we go. This is last week, and this is when the crap all hit the fan. All right.
Okay.
FYI, trolls went crazy hard on my stream.
Yeah, but this is not you. This is the end of everything. When you probably did know that everything was falling apart. I want the beginning. You said you knew this whole time what they were going to do, so you were felting them and snaking them and doing all of this the whole fucking time. So I want shit from August. I want shit from September. I want all of this.
Today, bombarding me with messages saying that you called me a lazy POS on the casino last night. You called my wife fat and more. I ignored it, but that's apparently their narrative now. Then he says, oh, I'm sorry. I was doing that routine. I honestly think you should take a few days to recuperate and have some stiff drinks and watch shows with your wife. Everyone can see you're having a great, tough time right now. I feel badly to be affecting you in any way. I'm going to lay off with the smart ass stuff, try to rest up, things will get better. I'm worried about you, so take care of yourself. Have some weed. And I'm only partly kidding. All right? And I said it right here. I accept your answer, but I told you I had issue with you making fun of Kat on Smart Guys, so why are you doing this on your show? I'm trying to understand it. I have a friend of foe alike now telling me to sever ties with you because you're not my friend and you're using me. And what does he say? It makes sense if I find something funny to say, I'm going to say it. I find what is taboo, boundary pushing to be funny and shocking in a way. All right? So I feel bad that, you're going through any hard times. I like to push buttons anyway. I went too far this week. I wasn't treating you like a person, more like content, and I'm very sorry for that. So again, he's apologizing.
Yeah, but he's fluffing you to keep you going, and you're buying it. Just like when he told you that fucking Steve went rogue on the Truth Seekers interview, and he was never really going to do that.
But what's the point of apologizing if you do it anyway?
Because he was trying to keep you going, which is what he's actually said very openly. He wanted to see how much shit he could shovel into your mouth, and you would say, yes, thank you, may I please have another spoonful?
When you're apologizing for something, but then you're doing it anyway, it doesn't matter. You've already done it again and again. Your apology is invalid.
But you want apologies. He knows you have an apology fetish. You always want people to say that they're sorry, so he's giving you what you want because he reads you like a book. Even I knew that if I had to deal with you and then you got pissed, I would just absolutely shame. I'm so sorry. I'm so fucking stupid. I'm this, I'm that. I'm so sorry. Because I know you have an apology fetish and I would know how to work the angle.
If you keep doing the bad thing. So at this point, I know that his apologies don't mean anything either. So what does he say? I want to make it clear, if you do want to cut ties, I completely understand. And I think that you'll do well no matter what. It was at that moment that I decided I'm going to cut ties with this guy. All right?
Absolutely not. Nope.
Right? He's saying, he's apologizing, saying he's sorry for what he did, but basically he cannot control himself. Okay?
He didn't say he couldn't control himself. He said he's going to say whatever the fuck he wants to say because he doesn't, freedom of speech.
So
he wants to be funny. He wants to be entertaining. So he's basically saying, fuck you. You're a pussy. I can say whatever I want. So deal with it.
Cut ties and we're all good. All right? So
Triple P has confirmed that Gundam is still coming on Friday's show. Well, there's no reason why he wouldn't.
I said that's pretty much what I thought you were going to say. I have thick skin. I get it. Now people are 100% thinking that you're using me. I don't know.
All this shows is you're too cowardly to say no to Triple P. That's a very nice little $2 super chat right there.
We're going to do moving forward, basically. We need boundaries, you know? And he says, I happen to like that there's different ways to interpret what's going on, and there's not very straightforward. I think people get invested. I see that you're crashing out. Now, this was the next day's podcast. This was the podcast I did last week where I said I have 3 options. Option 1 is being a sellout. Option 2 is being a massive drama queen villain for the internet like PPP wants me to be. Or number 3 is to go the third route and go straight down the middle. All right?
And beg people for money until I die.
He thinks that's crashing out because I don't want to do path 2. Little does he know that all along, this whole thing has been a setup. I've lied to him for 8 straight months about all this shit.
Yeah, okay. Well, then show me. I want to see the lies. All I've seen is Medicare, Mudahar, It's a Gundam, Keemstar. Show, where have you been lying? Where's the fucking your wife has cancer, your mom's dead, this and that, blah, 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 blah. Give me that stuff. I want that stuff.
Because essentially I wanted to get more views and money and give myself a boost. I don't really like him. I think he's kind of disturbing. Yeah, he doesn't get it. So, yeah, anyway, he thinks I'm crashing.
You reached out to do drama content. You reached out to them openly to do drama content. But then a week ago, you don't want to go the route of drama. Well, why not? You were snaking them the whole time. If this is what you wanted to do, then I guess you've done it. So why wouldn't you want to do drama this whole time? I don't want to do drama content. I've just been snaking somebody for 8 months. Huh?
Crashing out. So I said crashing out means I want my wife to be treated with respect. There's no way I can justify or defend your insulting cat for no reason, even if it's getting a rise out of your audience, right? You've apologized to me for it, so either you know it's wrong or you've been disingenuous, right? I advise taking some time off. You're kind of seething and lashing out in all directions. You'll just never understand that you don't have to respond to everything and see. I said, I don't even know what you're talking about. All right. Then I looked at his Twitter, and this was on his Twitter. It's a fact. I'm not sure why there's so much hostility surrounding observing reality. So basically saying it's okay to insult your wife. It's just okay to insult your wife. Okay? It's fine. I can just do whatever I want. I can just insult your wife as much as I want. All
Well,
right.
he can, and he still can, and he still has, and there's nothing that you've been able to do about it. So kind of sounds like you should have just fucking, I don't know, not been a bitch.
Right? Okay? So I say, here's the thing. Way back, a month before, when I had done the podcast, or the show, the interview with Steve, I was told both by PPP and Steve, because you did that and you took a giant beating, and now Steve took all this money from your dumb detractors who are so stupid that they throw money at Steve, okay? We're now going to say we owe you a favor. So whatever you need moving forward, you need that favor. You'll find that in the logs, okay? Because I'm gonna put them out there. You're going to see it, all right? Well, here we are, and
So you could have spun this that you owe me a favor, which you do, and use that to get out of it with your audience. And I actually thought, and then of course we can't see because he's blocked himself here. And then Triple P, I owe you nothing, you fucking faggot. And it'll be a cold day in hell before I'm scared of you. Why don't you bring me on your show tonight and see how it goes? I really wanted to, you really want to flex nuts with me? Huh? Phil, I'm so sick of your shits.
they say, you know what you could have done?
Pardon my slur, I apologize.
You could have just said that you owed me a favor, all right? That's all you had
But I did want to read it
to say.
verbatim.
And that because of that, you're not going to insult Kat anymore because you owe me a big favor, right? And I said, right here, I hope it's not here. People in my kick chat are saying you've insulted Kat again. This was the last Wednesday, so their second show of the week. I really hope that's not true. I'm going to go to sleep. I feel like shit after this week of stuff. I'm sure I'll be bombarded with clips in the morning if this is true. I wake up in the morning, and here's what I have. I owe you nothing, you fucking F-word. And it'll be a cold day in hell before I'm scared of you. Why don't you bring me on tonight and see how it goes? You really wanted to flex nuts. I'm so sick of your shit. You threw everything I did in my face yesterday with the third path lazy bullshit. You have no gratitude for anything. The whole big dog routine, and you're thinking you're going to break me and run the yard? I will fucking show you whose yard it is. You escalated this, and I want a scorched earth drama campaign. I can give you that in spades. Okay? I have no idea what he's talking about. Literally, I did one podcast where I talked about I have 3 paths.
There is no drama. If you scorch the earth, you're only doing it to make yourself feel better, and you're just talking to yourself because I have nothing to say in response. As you've said before, it's all the same shit over and over, and it's done to death daily by my detractors. I really have nothing else to say about it on my end, and this is done. And it was 100% your doing, not mine. All you had to do was be reasonable and have some respect, but you couldn't do that. And I really think it's sad. Smart Guys was great. What we did together was great, but you can't control yourself. And then Triple P, get a fucking grip, Phil. This isn't about your wife or my comments. This is about being a stubborn, lazy, stuck in your ways. I'm not going to keep saying that word, but whatever, who doesn't like getting confronted about your bullshit, so you cry victim and throw pity parties to get out of being held accountable or even making the slightest effort to get out of your comfort zone and do anything else. You're using this shit to try to have an out. You can pretend you're above everyone and everything, but you're not, Phil. You have no respect because you flush opportunity after opportunity down the toilet and expect another one to be handed to you. You show me and my efforts zero respect, so why should I extend any respect to you? You know my tweets are right, by the way. And that's why you won't respond to them, because you're a coward, and as you have been your entire life. You can't hide in your hug box. Oh, you can hide in your hug box, excuse me, but one day there won't be anyone who gives a shit left because you are a boring fucking hack.
And the next podcast, I said, if this guy insults my wife again, I'm breaking ties and I'm not making content with him anymore because I don't have to continue to do smart guys if this guy's going to insult my wife. I said it's all right. And it's going to all your friends and relatives and the public. These guys.
Blah, 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 blah.
Okay? Seriously, 100%. This was my doing. I sought them out. I messaged them. I'm the one who had the idea for the Review Tech React and made it happen, not them. And then after that, it was continuous failure after failure on their behalf. They couldn't get Mutahar. They couldn't get It's a Gundam. They couldn't get Medicare. They couldn't do anything. It was just, oh, appear on our show and talk shit about Ralph. Who fucking cares about talking shit about Ralph? No one. It's boring. Do something that's particular that will make sense, that you're finally involving me. Not this boring shit. They're not creative. They couldn't come up with ideas that would work. And then they would blame me. Dude, I'm the person who I am. Now, the only way that they could make stuff work is if I changed who I was.
So this is evidence. This is receipts, apparently. That's what we got.
If I completely and utterly became the internet drama guy going in, I saw their stream. I saw PPP ringing the fucking dinner bell. I saw Worski playing the fucking air flute kazoo, acting like they were mentally challenged, basically being the Pied Pipers to those who for some reason like this really fucking bizarre content of screeching at the top of your lungs or talking with a lisp. I just don't understand it. I don't like it. I outright said many times I couldn't really watch their content because if I did, it actually bothered me, like I get a headache, and like I couldn't stand it. I didn't want to be a part of their content, but I saw this was my opportunity to get in with someone who had some popularity on the internet and finally, for once, set myself up to get some positive attention. Isn't it funny that when I did, everyone seemed to realize that I'm not as bad as everyone said? Isn't it funny that once finally the actual truthful light was shed on me, everyone's like, he ain't that bad. His content's pretty good. He's a chill guy. This is pretty fun, right? And I'm happy. I'm happy where I am doing what I'm doing. I'm happy doing non-drama content, doing gameplay.
Yeah, because this wasn't drama content at all.
Chill podcast with my audience, having fun every day, doing different stuff. Smart guys doing it solo is working right now. All of that, okay? I love it. I'm not going to change because these guys think they did me a solid by doing the idea I fucking came up with and made possible.
They did you like so many solids, bro.
That made us money, right? Then they couldn't do anything else for me after the fact because all their ideas were awful. They had no clout to make anything happen. Then they're upset that I won't completely change who I am as a person and a creator to personally benefit them. And then at the end, when they say it's okay to leave, and I try to leave, it's like a jilted lover. It's like, oh my God, how dare you break up? Now you're an F, you're this, we're gonna do tons of content, we're gonna do this. It's like, you're out of your minds. You're fucking insane losers. They always were. I knew that from the fucking start. This is them. This is
So
fucking
what?
them.
So what?
Is this what you want to aspire to be someday? Yeah, they might have a lot of money because idiots throw them money every fucking day. Is this what you want to look like? Is this your idol? Is this who you aspire to be?
They're partying. They're drinking. They're hanging out somewhere. So what? What does this have to do with anything? I see two people in this picture, and that's one more person than who's in your picture right now.
These two guys right here. This could have been me standing next to fucking Ashton at the Hogan bar if I went. Why do you think I didn't?
Yeah, you might have been drinking and have some friends and having some fun and partying and having some drinks. Exactly. You smell that? Tastes like, it smells like jealousy and tastes like salt.
Want to go. This is not my future, all right? These guys might have all the money in the world.
Well, then I feel really bad for you.
But good fucking God, I don't want to be like them. I am me. I'm happy. I'm happily married. I have a great audience that I love, all right?
I don't know if you do so much anymore.
I am never, ever going to waste time on this kind of shit. No one's going to tell me what to do. No one's going to tell me to change.
He might be implying that they're gay because they're shirtless, but they might be somewhere where the weather's warm. Dudes can walk around without shirts on. They might have been swimming. They might have been fucking getting drunk and hot tubbing, partying, having a life. Fucking.
No one's going to hold me over the coals. These guys have absolutely fucking nothing on me at all. Zero.
I bet they do.
All the shit that they think they have is fake. It's bullshit. It's half-truth. It's no truth. They got fucked. Ladies and gentlemen, I snaked the fucking casino. They came into my parlor. They fell for the fucking trap.
This is so sad.
And I ate them the fuck up for breakfast.
No, you didn't. This is really, honey, this is really sad. Your wife's gonna beat you about this.
I reap the rewards.
What reward? Everybody has gone. People you've either shoved people out or they've left.
And now they're going to come out and be like,
you realize you lost Cucky Koala, right?
we got all this shit. You don't have shit. You have nothing. Zero on me. Now, in the months ahead, you know that these guys are going to pretend like they do. They're going to be like, we got you. They don't have nothing. All right? What you've seen in those logs that I just put out there are the only interaction I ever had with those fucking guys. Period. They have nothing.
Well, I heard there's thousands and thousands and thousands of messages. Why would Triple P lie? He has no reason to lie.
Nothing. All right? If they come out and be like, well, we got this flaming gun, we got this smoking piece of evidence. No, they don't. Because if there was evidence out there of anything that they were probably going to make up, June the King would have had it in his documentary, and my detractors would have already had it. There is nothing else out there. All right? There's no secrets of the past. I abused women, and I did this and that. None of it exists. Unlike all these other creators where all this shit constantly.
Nobody said you abused women. I don't know where you're getting this from. You're just making up crazy things that didn't happen so that you can say that they didn't happen. You know, I didn't attack women. I didn't abuse women. I didn't, whatever.
It gets publicly exposed over the years. I don't have skeletons in the closet. My skeletons have been exposed over the years over and over and over. So
I don't know. Apparently, he's got the receipts of you saying that you still own the Down from the Rafters WWE Champions account, proving that you lied to everybody about having sold it. That's pretty bad.
These fucking guys can talk about me as much as they want. I can't.
And they're gonna.
Stop them.
No, you can't.
Okay.
But boy, I bet you wish you could. And this was the only thing you could do.
I can be past them. All right? So I'm done with it. I'm past it.
I wonder if they ever got him to say the bank leaks are real.
I have nothing to do with them. I'm now washing my
And the fact that he skipped the bank leaks when he reacted to the documentary means they're real.
hands of them. All right? The king snaked the casino.
Yeah,
I got what I
right.
wanted. I got the temporary boost. It helped me. I got
And now it's gone. Now it's all gone because you've destroyed it. So, way to get that temporary boost. It doesn't do you very much if it's gone now.
verified on Kick. All right? They can go crazy just proving how awful people they are because that's what was happening to begin with. They were awful people. They always intended to be awful to me. They always were going to snake me. That was always the plan, is that in the end, they were going to turn on me. Why do you think they always had the little snide remark here, the joke here, the over-the-top glazing? That's what it was. So, that is it for the Level 666 podcast of how DSP robbed Keno Casino.
Oh,
I'm now done with this shit. I'm not going to speak on it again. Again, if you hear any nonsense from those guys saying anything about me, they have nothing additional. I already gave you anything that they had on me.
Oh, so this is basically you saying don't go over there. Hello, people who give me money. Don't go over there and watch that because you'll learn things you don't like. Just like when he tried to dissuade people from watching side scrollers.
Anything else they say is completely fabricated and made up. There are
Okay.
nothing else out there. It's all bullshit. I'm moving on with my life. I got rid of the toxic girlfriend who was treating me bad. And I don't care how many times she texts and calls and tells the relatives and friends and everyone on the internet that, I'm a bad person because of this and this, or here's his personal business. It's not going to affect me. I have
Okay.
to do that, but I had to do it. All right. What we're going to do now is we're going to do a decompression. Like I said, I would. But my wife is due home any moment from work. And I'm going
See, that's why Jasper's in there with him.
to take a break when she arrives home. So likely what I'm going to do is now I'm going to try to reset up the stream to be a normal stream. Okay? That's the point, isn't it? The point is that as a public person on the internet, I choose what I share with the internet. All right? You are not entitled to know everything about me or my life simply because I am on the internet. It's that simple, right? There's nothing to do, you are not entitled to any information. You don't need to know what's real and what's not. What you need to know is what's going on a stream. If you like the content, if you do, support it. That's it. That's where it ends. Seriously. Nothing else needs to be said or done. All right? Fair enough?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Whatever you say, guy. Whatever you got to do to make yourself feel better. That's fine.
What link is that? Who was able to put the link up for me? Someone put up one of the links. There's two links, but someone put up the one. I'm assuming that was one of the moderators. All right.
Hello, sir?
No, and you see, that's the thing too. People are like, man, what you should have done is you should have just saved them and you should have fucking had people pay for them. No. All right? No.
We've got no skip juice. We are...
We're not going to do that.
We are live. We've gotten
There we
everything.
go.
So now he's going to, I guess, read all the super chats or what tips or whatever, which he didn't get very many super chats. I don't think anybody gave him anything over on Kick.
Thank you to the moderator who posted those. Those are the files if you want them. All right? They're public, like I said.
You're not going to give us anything. It's those same clip things.
Don't believe what you want, but there's your clear
Oh, he's lost hundreds. He had like 1,200 or 1,300. He's down to 8 something.
evidence of these guys being fucking weird and trying to control me and be fucked up. There you go. Okay. Hold on.
Okay, I guess we'll just wait some more. So what did everybody think? If you want to throw your thoughts in the chat, you can do that. We can dent compress here for a minute. I'm not going to listen to his whole dent compression bullshit. I don't care. I'm assuming the Keno Casino are going to talk about this tonight. I don't think that they're going to necessarily, leak anything or share any DMs tonight. I don't know. It's hard to say. I'm sure they'll probably talk about it, but yeah, right. 8 months. 8 months. He's trying to give you the impression that they didn't talk very much. He's trying to very, very hard to give the impression that they didn't really have much to say to each other. I think now I have cancer. No, don't say that. No.
Well, let's see.
This was the worst possible route he could have taken. Yeah. Lost interest as soon as Review Tech
my
left.
actual positive viewers, I'm very sorry for all of this. Really, I am. I'm sorry for all of it. All right? I know that after what we went through with the side-scroller shit, right, that this is, stupid shit. But the thing was, these idiots were going to keep dragging us through the mud endlessly until something was done.
I certainly didn't see any evidence of a master plan. If he wanted to show evidence that he had a master plan, then I want his messages, not their messages. If you say, "Oh, I had this master plan. Here's what everybody else but me said." It's like, "Huh? What?"
All right, so now at least this bullshit is over.
Yeah.
And we can just move on and do, like I said, do my own content as I've always wanted to do.
Okay.
And people can try to stop involving me in their fucking nonsense. Their
Okay.
constant bullshit. I'm so tired of it. Stop involving me in your crap. I want nothing to do with you.
You went over to them, you psychopath. You went to them. What are you talking about? What do you mean, stop involving me? Wasn't this your master plan? You can't have it both ways, sir. It's either you got involved or stop bothering me in your bullshit.
Okay? All right.
Okay.
So let's see here. So my wife's going to be home any minute. What we're going to do is we're going to do a decompression. I do have a lot of things to shout out. Obviously, you guys did a ton of super chats.
There really weren't a ton, but okay.
Which I'm going to shout out.
I probably got more super chats.
And there's
Rich is probably getting more super chats because Rich is live now.
some tips that came in. I'm going to shout all those out. If you
Okay.
guys want to contribute now, I think the pop-up should be working. I think. All right. And I'm verified on Kick as of this morning. And I swear to you, that was not timed. It just happened out of
Why would it be timed? What does that have to do with anything?
nowhere. Boom. I was like, holy shit, serious?
So he's waiting for his wife. That's what he's going to sit there and do. I think I'm going to take this opportunity. He got a bunch of shitty fucking super chats about how this is cringy and, it blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry. I'm not sitting through, all of that. But I was thinking about streaming, Keno, but tonight, but I'm probably just going to wait. We can talk about everything else that we didn't get through today. We can talk about everything tomorrow. before, Philipher goes live. We can do that. So I really wasn't thinking it was gonna go, like this. Decompress what the guest left hours ago. He's gonna talk shit about Rich, and I'm not really interested in hearing him talk shit about Rich. And he says he's done talking shit about not side scrollers, Triple P. I just don't care. He's not fun. He's not interesting. So, like I say, we'll get some clips and everything. Duty and Snort Hogan, Snort Burnell, everybody memology. They'll have all the clips, and we'll check those out together tomorrow. I'll probably come and hang out a little early with everyone so that we can get through and catch up and, get the good stuff, basically. And then we'll see what he's got to say, tomorrow. But I'm still going to do Kino on Friday night. I'll do Phil, his podcast on Friday during the day, and then I'll do Kino Friday night when Gundam is on, and we'll see, the leaked DMs. They might leak some tonight, I'm not sure. So anyway, I appreciate everybody hanging out with me. Thanks for all of the support. This certainly was something. Pants, thank you for the 2. Kat is the one who wears me in this marriage. Hoo-hoo, you got that right. And baby girl messed up here today real bad. This is some of the saddest fucking shit I've ever seen, and as someone who watches this guy every day, that is really saying something. This is actually some of the saddest shits I have seen in a really long fucking time. But I appreciate, like I say, everybody being here with me, and we'll go over some more of this stuff tomorrow. I invite you to sub to my channel. If you don't want to, that's totally cool, because I'm not your mom and I can't tell you what to do, but I hope to see you next time. Everybody take care.